Alright. This is it. This is it. This is it. The grand finals. I'm probably not going to talk much this time around, actually, because focusing is going to be a real big deal. I think I'll even be able to cast my own commentary this time. Or cast my own commentary. Commentate my own gameplay. Because I might be attempting 53. I'm still not sure if we do 53 or 52. 52 is obviously safer. But I am able to clear 53, like... like a good 4 minute 30, 420 is the, like, a decent time that I can get. Most of the times around like 430, 440. But just final strike this. Yeah, I've got it down to like 2 and 3-ish that I can clear. But it's very, very dependent on if Rams cooperate. If Rams don't cooperate, it really is GG. Okay, so I'll reposition here a little. Face review. I've been streaming with my face for my camera for a while now. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. That's a pretty clean waves 1 and 2. We're on track to get a solid 53. It could be a full 20, but we'll see how it goes. This is like the really annoying bit, is the Rams, because they absolutely do need to stack, otherwise time can become a problem. They are kind of stacking, not much though, oh my god, really? I can't afford to keep having them keep attacking like this, and I need to be able to cycle through my things. My SP recovery even stopped because it took so long. And now they're not stacking. Yeah, this is not looking good. This is a very bad Ram stage. They keep targeting different operators. This is so frustrating. Focus on one, please. Okay, now they're stacking. I'll do a double here. Nice. This is pretty good. Okay. We're still fine, we're still fine. Oh, that landed? Oh my god. I didn't realize he was doing that. I thought he was gonna look to grab or something. This is so bad. I might not make it through no HP alone, lots of HP. I have very little leniency here. Is that going to be... it is. Okay, that's fine. We're still on course for the clear. Should be fine. I think it'll be like a 440 though. Not doing too good on the SP front either. Not sure how I feel about this. Oh crap! I griefed. I giga griefed. Ah, my god. That's GG. I tried being creative with like the Perlica ultimate, but then that ended up eating my. I ended up messing up my crouch stack as a result. Didn't even realize it. This one should be a clear though. I believe. Seem to not grief at the critical moment. Unfortunate on the SP front. Very unfortunate. And SP 53 really ends up being quite important. Are you for real? That didn't kill. I think I'm just gonna go 52. This is too inconsistent. I'm trying to run without Wild Wanderer because the my big problem when I was doing runs is I would just die too early. Yeah, nah, fuck it. I'll do 52. I would just force you into 53 with a fast 52. It's too risky. Pyro's guy's gonna come way later.
Are you ready?
Yeah. The 52 with this new routing is super clean though. Because you have so much damage to spare. I've got like sub 340. Kinda crazy. One, two. Hit them in the middle. One boat. Two boats. And then they should kill both of them. There we go. Look at how much damage spare I have. It's crazy. 53 is so tight with this comp. But I think I'll just do, say 52. Because at first I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 53. I managed to get it to like a 2 and 3 clear-ish. 65%-ish. Oh, that's bad. I'm used to 53 now. But then we kind of decided to. I was like, oh no, that's a bit too risky. I'll practice 52. And then this morning I was like, actually, maybe with 53. You've gotta be shitting me, dude. This went all wrong. But it doesn't matter because it's 52, so it's always dead. Exactly. And it's conveniently the new operator happens to be like a Zhong Fengyi team upscale, so you can't go wrong. I'm playing the team that the new operator will slot right into. Amazing. Okay. They stack. Oh, this is so bad. It's such a bad ram. Look, why are they targeting Arknight? Ah, I was split second too late with that on strike. Come on, John up, John up, John up. Yes, thank you. This is a very slow ram stage though. They're not being very kind to me. Gonna take another cycle, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh my god! Alright. So this guy's in literally 2 at 52. The little delay tech that I'm using there, it's guaranteed. You get essentially like 2 Arknight combos and you maintain crouch stacks. It's great. It's really, really good. it easy. Oh. Now, wait for them to stack. 1, 2, 3. Do it again. This should kill. We did, thank you. I'm just building up a little bit of SP and managing crowd stacks. Should be good on the going into it with 2 stacks, and by delaying Perlica's basic attack strength a little, I can accommodate for going into bosses with 3 strikes. Or 2 stacks rather. What I do now, basic, and jump from the loudest at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like a little rhythm to it. And it's dead. There we go. I think I would just stick with a 52. But I can get like 4 minutes ish, like anywhere between like 3 minutes 50 and 4 minutes 10. It depends entirely on whether Rams cooperate, and they didn't this time around. So can't get on Perlica means you get a final strike off. Yeah, I do that pretty frequently. If I know I can get the final strike off and the attack isn't going to interrupt me, because there are a lot of attacks that because you do have like a little bit of like super armor on the final strike, but it isn't. It isn't absolute. A lot of attacks will pierce through it. So if it's, I don't know, oh, like the Rams are doing like a little jump up and down, and I'm on like Ram and Sting, because I still want to conserve a lot of HP for Ram and Sting. Because for example, when it does like the triple shot thing, you can technically tank that. So if I absolutely must, I need to have a lot of HP ready for Ram and Sting. I try not to tank too much on double Ram. But stuff like wave 1, if the Sting there starts doing funky stuff, or even Tidewalker, I'll chill with it. All right, let me get ready. Let's see.
오늘이 그 날입니다.
Hello, hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Alrighty, so we are waiting for your teammate for was Blue Jay, right?
That's right.
Alrighty, so CL's here. Lin O. Should I? What do you want to be called?
Lino's good.
Lino, okay, nice to meet you. I'm a caster here. I'm gonna be casting our final match for today, and I am Elsie. Welcome, everyone!
It's great to be here.
Yay! Okay, so I see Blue Jays here. Hi! I see that you're muted.
But it will come down to
뮤트되어 있는 걸로 준비를 하시는 것 같고요. Hello.
it will come down to 53. It's whoever can clear 53 the fastest. I just need to secure fast 52, so that's absolutely forces CO to 53.
Okay. I believe that you are all muted, but I will believe that you are getting ready. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, do we know who's going first?
Okay, let's see that. So before we get started, I want to be hearing a little bit from you guys. 그래서 시작하기 전에 잠시 몇 마디씩 듣고 들어가려고 하는데요.
All right. What do you want to hear? Self-introductions or kind of our plans?
Yeah, sure. So A, B, B, A.
Yeah, so I guess that's the order. Who's
For
A and who's
the
B?
order, it's A, B, B, A. A team is CL, so CL's gonna go first, and
Okay.
then Lin O and Blue Jay, you're gonna do the second and third attempt, and first and second attempt for your team, and then it goes vice versa. All right.
All right, sounds good.
오케이. 자, 그러면 시작하기 전에 저희 한마디씩만 듣고 가도록 하겠습니다. So, Leno and Blue Jay, it's first time meeting you guys. So, can you shortly introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Leno. I make guides for Arknights Endfield, character guides. And Contingency Contract has, recently come out, and I really like this kind of endgame, sweaty, try hard kind of game modes. And when the tournament came up, I took the opportunity, and never thought I'd make it to grand finals, but here we are. So hopefully we can put on a good show.
Yay! So every time you say something, I'm gonna just translate it in Korean so that our
Yeah, that's
Korean
fine.
audience can hear that too. Okay, 자 린노님이고요. 원래부터 항상 이런 인트로듀스 막 하는 거 공략 같은 거 올리는 그런 유튜버였고 원래부터 이런 게임 종류들을 좋아하는데 엔드필드가 나오게 돼서 정말 요즘 잘 즐기고 있고 또 이런 대회가 나오게 되어가지고 이 대회까지도 정말 잘 즐기려고 나왔는데 어쩌다 보니 이렇게 결승전까지 오게 되었네요. 안녕하세요, 리노입니다. 라고 하십니다. Okay, can we hear something from Blue Jay? Hi, welcome.
Hi. So I'm Blue Jay. I'm the Last Right name. Last Right is my favorite character. And I do speedruns, mainly.
Yay, so speedrunner, Blue Jay. 블루제이님은 짧게 설명해 주셨는데요. 원래 스피드런을 하시는 그런 공략 유튜버이신 것 같죠. 그리고 블루제이를 제일 좋아하는 사람이라고 자기 최애 캐릭터를 먼저 자기보다도 설명을 해 주셨습니다. Alright, so let me hear something from CL. CL님 오늘 이제 결승전으로 저랑도 이제 또 세 번째 만나게 되었는데 결승전 나오신 소감 한번 짧게 들려주세요.
제가 뭔가 이런 대회를 나오면 꼭 광탈을 해가지고 좀 트라우마가 있었는데 올라와서 다행이라 생각하고요.
네,
여전히 너무 긴장이 되지만 열심히 해보겠습니다.
알겠습니다. So CL's very nervous, and every time he comes out to these kind of tournaments, he usually really feels very in the first
the feeling.
rounds. But here we go in the finals, so he really wants to win this one. So let's see who's gonna be winner of $10,000. And it's gonna be big. So, CL님부터 가보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 그럼 CL님 화면으로 들어갈게요. We're going to watch CL for the first attempt. 자, 저는 화면을 돌렸고요. CL님 준비되셨나요?
잠깐만요.
네, 천천히
Alright,
준비해
let's see how
주시면
he does.
되겠습니다. 먼저 CL님이 첫 번째 시도를 하고 그 다음에 저쪽 팀에서 두 번째, 세 번째
How
시도를
looking on
하게
stream
되고
with
그다음에
the,
CL님이 또 그
Alright,
다음
we're good.
네 번째, 다섯 번째 마지막으로 저기에서
Alright, Seal. Gonna be pushing. Let's see what he's gonna open with. So
Okay,
again,
he's getting ready.
the strat's usually gonna be you
And then during the match,
Capturing
I'm
that.
gonna be closing the Discord.
So just make sure that we're good here. Okay. So let's see.
Okay, CL님 보시면은 지금
Going for 50 to start with.
파티를 고르고 계시고
Unfortunately, it's not going to be a solo Rossi
골라주셨죠?
50, but
50점입니다.
Wow, so 50. He's going for the 50 for the first attempt. 50점으로 시작을 하게 되십니다. 자, 긴장하지 마세요. 잘하시잖아요. 그쵸?
but I think it'll come down to 53. I
모르겠어요.
think if I can get a really fast 52.
할 수 있다. 좋습니다. 자, 그럼 whenever
Without
you're
you.
ready. 준비되시면 바로 편하게 자기 본인 시간 되실 때 시작하시면 되겠습니다. Okay,
Cool.
let's go.
I'll deafen myself for a bit, and then. Yeah, all right. So so I think if Seo pushes for a really fast 52 with Gilberta, that's good for us. That's actually really good. So me sticking with the 52 strat will probably be best then, because the if he's spending Gilberta, not having that for 53 is going to be massive. So Blue Jay will definitely be able to beat him on time if he doesn't use Gilberta. Like I think it's guaranteed. So it's really going to come down to forcing him to either feel like he needs to use Gil for 52 and then bet on like a sloppy 53, or it's going to be he just gives up on the 52 and he has to put everything to 53. which I think is what's most likely going to happen. Can he do like like 3 minute 50 seconds on Fungi, like sub 4 minutes? I mean, with Gilberta, most certainly he probably can. So yeah, even if he does a fast 52, it's gonna have to be the Alish variant. 340 pace, then that's really good then. What was the comp that he was using? Was it Perlica, Arknight, Zhongfengyi, Gilberta, or was he actually using Alish as well? Because to be honest, I could also make use of Wild Wanderer there, and that could get me even faster clears. But it's gonna. I think it's better for me to play it safe and just tank hits if I must. Yeah, and if he gives up Gilberta on, because Gilberta makes it way faster. You get so much more damage, and well, you get way more grouping too. You don't have to spend time kind of walking around, putting all the mobs together. So he's gonna be forced to use the Alish comp if he wants to win this. Yeah, 430 makes sense. I'm very confident in my Alish routing. I think it's not to toot my own horn, but I think it's incredibly good. I don't think you can optimize it much more. I quite literally come to the point where I don't have enough ultimate energy. If I run any faster, I simply do not have the time to generate enough ultimate energy for Zhongfengyi. So I have to purposely slow down the run so that I can clear. Because like I can, for example, one of the ways that you can do this a lot faster is if I have a late Zhongfengyi ultimate and I then use her, because you can kill enemies without needing Arknight ultimate on 52. I essentially save the Arknight ultimate for the Electric Infliction stack on double Ram and on Ram and Sting, so I can still get like 1 or 2 casts of Zhongfengyi battle skill onto it. And if that happens, like they just melt. Like there is no RNG that you have to deal with anymore on Ram and Sting or double Ram. But then if I do that, it dies so quickly that I don't have the ultimate energy for effigy. I don't have the ultimate energy for title cast. And then it's way worse because if those guys, like if the big bosses, like effigy starts summoning ads, or title cast goes into shield before you shredded like most of his HP, it's run over. So you have to like purposefully go slower to be faster on that. Double Fungi skills, I have enough SP for that, so I think I'm pretty solid on like double Fungi without ultimate, and that works out well. The issue is just having them actually group up, because I wanna make sure that I'm spending the SP wisely. If they're all together, like I said, my fastest time was 0339. That's the fastest clear I've gotten on 52. All right. He is unfortunately taking a bit there on the Ram stage because of they didn't get clipped by Mifu Battlescore 3. He's got plenty of time though, so he should be fine. Look at that. Look at all that damage. So anyhow, it went straight into the ad summoning phase because it lost so much HP so quickly that it didn't even have time to do anything else. It is always RNG. Honestly, it's like at the very start you can sometimes try and bait them to stick together, but there is no saving. My God, he's actually struggling here with the HP. He's gonna start losing SP soon if he doesn't get a final strike. Well, never mind, the Vanguard. He can just recover SP with the ultimate. Easy. Alright, because he's got no final strike regeneration now. So he's just making use of the Vanguard SP recovery. Oh, nice, good dodge. Should be able to kill with Mifu now. but he needs SP. There we go. Yeah, 339 is very fast. I'm proud of that. And that was no Gilberta. No Gilberta needed. Alish only. Are you kidding me? Can I? Where's my uBlock origin? I need uBlock origin for Firefox, man. This is real piss take. It's just like Firefox is like the streaming browser because I got all my shit on Chrome, so it gets really annoying to manage it. So yeah, honestly, I should maybe just like incognito on Chrome instead, because I at least have uBlock there, so I have like the separate setups, or create a new profile, streaming only profile. But yeah, all right. Ooh. Hopefully it doesn't get touched. Look at that. Heat infliction. Oh, was he meant to use it that early? Is he just going to? Yeah, he's just going to Rossi one shot. No need to even bother with Mifu there. Separate browser for streaming. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, he's locked on a 50. Let's undeafen and see what we've got to say. What he's got to say.
3페이지였나요? 그때 거기서 좀 시간이 많이 끌려가지고 이거 시간이 되려나 이러면서 굉장히 조마조마하면서 봤었는데 어떠셨나요? 첫 번째 시도.
사실 첫 번째 라운드가 그렇게 큰 의미는 없지만 이걸로 뒤에도 잘 되면 좋겠네요. 하라.
Yeah, so he's saying that first attempt is not a big deal for me, but I hope that this makes a good start for next second and third attempt. A very clean. I thought it will be lagging time, but it ended very beautifully. Okay, thank you so much. 너무너무 감사하고요, CEO. 자, 그러면은 we are going to Team B now. So Lin O and Blue Jay, who's gonna go first?
I'll be going first.
Okay, Blue Jay, I'm gonna pull up your stream.
All right. Let's see.
So, all right, I am here. So, I see that you're party, and what level are you trying?
That's easy. Is he going to just go for like a show or?
All right, you're 50.
You can't see the level because
oh
it's
yeah 50. Same here.
The phase is in the way.
With CL's first attempt 50, difficulty 50, and then but the party is a little different, right? I see that. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Don't be nervous. I hope that you do great job. And whenever you're ready, I'll be watching your stream. Let's go.
All right. So he did pull off a 49 clear on this round one. Now I'm not sure if he's like familiar with it. He has to do 50, right? Because that's what Sio's gotten. But I think he'll probably be a like even if he throws, it's okay, right? Because it's all going to be riding on the 52 clear. Well, 53 rather. It's going to be me getting a fast 52 so that I can push CO to either try and contest with Gilberta and then give up on a 53, in which case, or that Blue Jay has to do is clear 53. Or he just gives up gives up on the 52 entirely. Exactly, warm-up rounds. Oh, to be honest, it's a bad warm-up round because you're now having to like play a different comp, so it glitches your brain out a little when it comes to the routing. But at the very least, there's going to be a long break between this because thankfully we're a two-man team. So after I go, it's going to be Sio's turn. So Blue Jay can do a few practice runs if he needs to in the meantime. So a score system works. It's the same as if it was like 2v2, right? It's just whatever team has a high score. It's the only difference is instead of players alternating their clears. You just, if you're a single player, you simply, well, do all the matches yourself. I think two-player team has a significant advantage, which is you get double the practice time, right? So I could focus only on Zhongfengyi, and Blue Jay could focus only on Lavatane. It's quite literally, that's the biggest advantage that you could ask for. Because now you don't have to kind of context switch, and you can really, really optimize the route and focus only on something, like a single. Because for example, Seo now, you know, he's gonna have to, he's got the Zhongfengyi team with Gilberta, then he's gonna have to do Zhongfengyi without Gilberta, then he's gonna have to do the like Lavatane team. So realistically, if I was in his position, I'd probably just like bet everything on a single team, and like, oh, the other 2 rounds, I would just throw. No, he gets to play 3 times. He plays 3 times, but he has to play all the matches himself. So that's the thing, right? Because he has to play all the matches himself, he has to learn 3 teams by himself. Or 2 teams, or 1 team, or whatever, but it's gonna entirely depend on his choice there. Oh, I just realized that I've got the screen being a little bit bigger. Should be fine. I think that's the big advantage. Because like I said, I'm a Zhongfengyi one trick. And while we have like Blue Jay had, you know, experimented with some teams early on when we were still figuring out before the tournament begins. Okay, what teams do we actually go with? What's the comp that we want to run? So he's got some more experience with different ones. I tried physical, so I tried physical and Zhongfengyi, but it became obvious that Zhongfengyi was like physical is just not viable. Physical is not a viable team for the current contingency contract. To be honest, the thing is, the consistent good run and pushing high usually going to be the same, right? It's if you can push high and be consistent, that's the best part. Do I know Blue Jay beforehand? Well, not necessarily actually. It was pretty funny. So I think, I'm not sure if, because I have the habit of just comment every time I see like a speedrun video. I would just like comment on it with my thoughts. So, you know, I saw Blue Jay, Shatter, like Aya, there's like a lot of really competent speedrunners, and I would just like put stuff in their comments. I'm not sure if it was like if it was in reply to one of my comments in one of his videos, or if it was in one of my own videos. But he just says like, oh, you know, I've learned like Evelyn chains from you, man. Good stuff. I was like, oh, okay, that's great. We've got like a little connection there. And I was looking for a partner, and I thought, you know what, that Blue Jay guy, he seems cool. He seems nice. Let's invite him. And I thought it was a good opportunity too, because he's not part of the content creator program, so he would not have gotten access to this tournament unless he was invited by a creator. Oh, that lag is not good. Because he wouldn't have gotten an in to the tournament without a creator. So I thought, you know what, let's invite somebody outside of the creator program. Let's give him a chance to shine, because he deserves it. He's skilled enough, more than skilled enough. Easily one of the best players in this game, globally. And who showed this with his 53, his 53 routing. You bet. Yeah, unfortunate. That was very close to 50 clear though. Very, very close. Yo, Shadow, you let Evelyn chain from me as well? Or was it you? And I ended up inviting Blue Jay instead of you. My bad, though.
Oh, just warm up. It's okay. You're gonna go again, so it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. 좋습니다. 자, 어떻게 느끼시는지를 물어봤는데 저희 괜찮습니다. 이거 그냥 첫 번째 어템트고 전혀 상관없어요. 이거 그냥 웜업이었어요. 라고 해줬습니다. 솔직히 엇가였다고 저도 생각했어요. 왜냐면은 그 마지막에 진짜 마지막 페이지 들어가기 전까지도 진짜 스무스했고 I mean your control it was beautiful up until right, the last mob. So it was beautiful. Nice try. And we have another second and third attempt. So let's go on to our second attempt in Lino and Blue Jays team. I believe Lin O is going next, right?
That is correct.
Yes. So show me what you're going for.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a Zhuang Fengyi
I'm
team.
gonna go onto your stream.
Yeah, let me.
Ah, okay. So you're going for 52.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that right? 52.
Yep, that's correct. So you can say I did have a 53. We were debating, do you get more 53 attempts? Do you try a fast 52? But I think it's better to just lock in a safe clear now, and
I see
hopefully-
that. Okay, very brave move.
Yeah.
And whenever you're ready,
all
I'm
right,
gonna be watching your stream.
I'll definitely myself. Okay, guys, let's do it. I'm just be doubly sure that Perlica has. Yeah, she's on the right gear. Okay. 52. Hopefully we can get a sub 4. Hopefully we can get a sub 350, which is actually entirely possible. Like I said, 339 is my best clear. Oh. Oh my god, something's fallen on my eye. This is terrible. Okay. Keep your eye peeled, Alice. Same here. Alright. This should be a double. Now push this one to middle. Retarget, target. There we go. Took a while, but we got it. I'll do a double here. Oh. Thankfully, that almost griefed me. What's going on with my my left clicks? Yeah. This is very unfortunate. This is very, very slow. My left click for some reason just didn't go through. So I lost that final strike. So I'm way behind here. I'm like a good 10 seconds behind, which is very unfortunate. This is just going to be like 4 minutes tops, and that is truly, truly tragic. But we can still salvage it if we get a very good run on double ram. It should be okay. Okay, wait a bit. That pushes it back. Wait for the cooldown to expire and detonate. Perfect. And this one I'll play a little bit safe, so I just do a single. Now wait, they're stacking. This is not good. Okay, perfect. I managed to not kill them at the same time, which is very important because I need to kill these two together. Everything has to be wiped in time. I have to wait a little bit here so that I don't miss the final strike. One. Oh, I griefed. This is being a very bad run. That's so unfortunate. Now I'm out of SP as well. I used Zhuang Fengyi battle skill too early. Yeah, this is really bad. I'm like 20 seconds behind almost from a good time. Right on the tournament round too. So it's all gonna come down to this. Whether or not I can come on. Whether or not I can get a good ram and double ram, but this is not shaping out to be too good either. Come on, stack please. Stack please? A little late. Alright, now they're stacking. I'll do a double here, and hopefully they don't move away. They kinda did. Well, I did manage the final boat, so should be able to somewhat catch up. But this should be like a 240 going into effigy. So not good, not good. So much for the sub 4 minute clear. Oh, did he move out? He did not. Okay. And then I'll just have to spend a little bit more SP here. But it should be a clear. But yeah, going in with 2 minutes, it's not good. It should be around 2 minutes 20 seconds. So that is... Throw all the bad luck in one go. Exactly, that's how it should be. Okay. So this tends to be relatively smooth sailing. If I have the SP for it. Which I might just do. There we go. You see, like this early period of Ram and Sting they do tend to follow like a relatively consistent route where they stack, so this should kill. Nice, and I have plenty of HP, so I can tank. So all I'm gonna do here is just slowly build up some SP. So we should down the next one. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. So I'm doing this just so I can conserve a crouch stack. And I'm gonna get another Arknight skill. And it should be, well, I'm not gonna risk it. It should be dead here. There we go. How long was that? Was that at least sub 410? It was sub 410, but it wasn't sub 4 because of the bad start. But yeah, this could have been, if I didn't grief the stink with my awful inputs, it would have been like sub 4 easily. Alright, let's undeafen ourselves. Alright.
That was amazing, Lino! Oh my gosh, 52. You were so confident with your skills and controls, and it was so fun to watch because you're explaining everything to me.
yeah, it was
You know,
unfortunate
the
stuff.
things
but-
that I don't know, it was so fun to watch, and it was like a teacher, you know?
Well, I'm a
Yeah,
guide maker, right?
solid
So
one.
gotta live up to the.
Yeah. I should be
Good.
studying your videos to do mine. That was beautiful. But you said you continuously said you're behind like few seconds, like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So are you happy with your attempt, or how did it go?
It's okay. So the fastest clear that I've managed to get on the stage is like 3 minutes and 39 seconds. So like sub 340. My average tends to be around 3 minutes 50 to 4 minutes. So I wanted to get something under 4 minutes, which unfortunately I wasn't able to do here. But I think 4 minutes, like under 4 minutes and seconds, is a relatively competitive time here. So I think CEO either's gonna have to match me here with the same team, or he's gonna have to spend Gilberta
Right.
to get a guaranteed faster clear. But then that means not having it for 53. So that might be dangerous. So it could have been better, but you know what? I think it's fair enough. I think we can lock this in.
Great. Clever run. Okay, I'm just gonna say that in Korean again. So, 자, 물어봤습니다. 우리 리노 선수가 어떻게 느끼는지. 왜냐면 경기할 때 계속
But guys, I'm telling you,
20초,
like,
20초 늦어진다고 아쉬워하는
do not
부분이
trust
있었기 때문에
Kozea. Kozea
본인의
is like a.
경기력에 대해서 어떻게 느끼는지를
Do not trust
물어봤고요.
IQ. This thing is
하지만 좀 아쉬운
awful.
부분이 있었긴 하지만 자, 이
I-
정도면 괜찮다.
You
본인의
map
최고
buttons to
기록은
it,
사실
and it just does not work. It
이것보다는
just
20초가 빠르긴 하지만
ceases to function.
평균적으로는 여기에
So,
30, 이것보다
like, go
20초
Logitech.
빠르거나
Do not go
아니면
Kozea.
내가 평균적으로 나오기 때문에
They make great power
여기서 정도
supplies,
나왔다는 거는 오케이고,
but
물론
don't
더
trust the
빨랐다면
like peripheral
좋았겠지만 이
hardware
정도로
stuff.
해야
It's
되는
awful.
것만으로도
I'm
예시의
planning on like getting like a keychron.
52점
So I'll probably get a
그것보다
keychron
빠른
and just like
52점이나
code my own
53점을
keyboard,
트라이해야 되는
right? Because they have
그런
like Fire.
부담감이 주어지기 때문에
Is it
지금
KQM?
상황은 상당히
So I'll probably get a
괜찮은
keychron
것
at some point, and then
같다라고 말씀을 하고
make sure that I don't have to
계십니다.
deal with software. It's on like the
자,
keyboard
실은
firmware.
이제
It's like
헤드셋 쓰시고
that I don't have to deal with
쓰고
bad
계신데
inputs.
방송으로는 들으시고 계실 테니까. 자, 그러면은 we are gonna go on to Team A again.
It's not an ad. It's not an ad.
TCL,
No ad. Not
which
sponsored.
is
I'm complaining
not
about a
sponsor,
specific company.
but He's gonna do it, right?
Okay, let's bring up
예.
Seal.
자, 방금 말씀하신 거 리노님도 굉장히 이제 현명하게 전략을 짜오신 것 같은데 보시면서 어떠셨어요?
But yeah, it's because I have clicks bound to my keys,
You did a great
so I
job and you
can
made
so I
me
can
nervous,
press a
he
button
said.
and get a left click with the keyboard
자,
effectively.
하지만 부담
I have my
갖지
caps lock bound to
마시고요.
so I can like just match my pinky
정말 믿고
and then I guess a
있습니다.
left click.
한국인 플레이어의 희망.
He's like it's an anti-ad. So I have my caps lock bound to left click, so I can just mash that. Because otherwise, I'm gonna get carpal tunnel if I just keep mashing left click. Although to be honest, Endfield is actually really good for this, because the thing with Endfield is you can hold basic, you can hold like the left click button, and you don't have to keep mashing. So you can actually I can literally just like hold down caps lock, and it keeps attacking, which is great. But for some reason, I'm holding down the button, and then I don't know the firmware just, or like the software rather, the IQ just decides to like glitch out, and then it stops the hold for some reason, so it counts as like a release. And And then that's like GG. I lose my final strike. It's really frustrating when that happens. Incredibly frustrating. So I need like a way to manually reprogram my keyboards without having to rely on on IQ. But yeah, he's going to be doing the Alice theme. So he's going to need a relatively strong like sub 410. Oh, what was that? He's used the. Is he going to be using Zhuang Fengyi ultimate early? Is that his plan? That's going to be very interesting. I have not seen that route before. If he's oh, that seems like a bit of an awkward one. I'd have thought that he's taking out the full swings first, which I guess it's fine. Oh no, okay, now he's retargeted the middle one. He's not even auto locking or like manual locking. He's auto locking, and you can see that's what you can do, right? If Sting does the triple shot, because Perlica has so much HP, you can tank it. But it ended up being very clean. That's way ahead of me, right? So that's when I said I was like 10 seconds behind, because I cleared this in like what, 04:15, and I should have been clearing it by 04:25. So he's on course to beat me here. Oh, this stupid ad! Oh my god! I will install uBlock Origin literally right after this. I swear to God. These ads are coming on too quickly. Oh, he killed it early. This is really frustrating because it's all going to be targeting. Is targeting going to cooperate? Is targeting going to cooperate? It seems like it will. He did manage to kill the prism. Okay, it worked out. He's fine. He's still good. But you can see 0330. That's way better than my time. So he's doing this very well. It's so unfortunate. I could have gotten like a sub forward like 0350. So it's all gonna depend on whether or not the Rams cooperate. That's the only way we can like potentially have the safe 52 here. Also HP gone though? Yeah, that is true. He took a lot of damage. If he gets like so he cannot tank anything now. So he cannot be greedy with Ram and Sting. I try to conserve my HP a little for the Ram and Sting phase, because if you get like slightly bad luck there, it's usually relatively consistent. Oh no! He's gonna have to spend SP. He messed up. Oh, he's got the Meiji meme. They are stacking so well though. Like he's on course rate 240 or 230, I think. But look at that. They're being so cooperative. Okay, he's managed to avoid it. He's messed up the stacks again. He's still fine. Like this is still salvageable. This is still okay. He is slowing down now though. He's a little bit closer to my time. As you can see, he doesn't have the SP for it. It's fine if he doesn't have SP for Effigy, because you do recover it back with just Arknight and Alish, but he's gonna have to take this through basics. Now he's around my time. 0210. But this is still competitive. He could still be 4 minutes with this. If he gets a very good Ram and Sting, he absolutely could beat this. Is it gonna take 3? It is gonna take 3. Okay. Managed to kill, just about. Yeah, it was pretty tight. So we're about even now. It's all gonna come down to Ram and Sting. If he gets a good Ram and Sting, is he going to go for like that? I was saying he may do like the Zhuang Fengyi. Yes, that's it. The Zhuang Fengyi tech, where like I was saying, you use Zhuang Fengyi for more damage. Oh, what was that? He messed up the order. He used Arclight Ultimate a little bit too late. So Zhuang Fengyi still got the damage down. But like that is a strat that you can do. You can get a really fast skill here by using Zhuang Fengyi Enhanced Battle Skill on her ultimate. And then if you have enough SP, you can cycle through her fast enough to get the attack back. But you see, he's gonna need one more cycle, and then that should be good. But I think we're safe now. He's not gonna be able to kill in 10 seconds. So that's a guaranteed clear. But he should have been spent all the time practicing 53. That is correct. I think that had been the better choice. He's gonna have to sacrifice Perlica there. Yeah. But that's gonna slow down his skill a little bit more. He's gonna need a third, but he doesn't have. It was just about short. He was like 5 energy short of an Arknight ultimate. So it did take a little bit longer to kill there. It was still enough, simply because 52 HP is a lot more forgiving. So it was a full 20, which is still decent, but You can see like he was doing so. It was the opposite. It was the complete opposite. Where I fumbled the start and then had like a decent mid end game. Seo was did really good start, but then fumbled the middle part. It was that double ramp stage. The SP that he lost there was too much. Was way too much.
님이 4분 8초셨고
very
지금 4분
unfortunate.
19초를 하면서 사실 이렇게 되면은 세 번째 시도에서 더 높은 점수나 더 짧은 시간을 에임할 수밖에 없게 됩니다. 11 seconds away. 오,
But yeah,
네.
he was still close. Like, if he hadn't
두 번째 시도 어떻게 느끼셨나요?
messed up twice
리노님이 앞선 경기
with the
보면서
SP, he could have caught up. He could
가능성은
absolutely have
없다
caught up.
생각했습니다.
I think he panicked a bit.
이미
He started
그렇게
panicking.
느꼈어요? 이 파티로는 그 시간대는 안 나오더라고.
When he went for
도저히
the
혼자서
네,
이거까지
중간기
못
엔하우스
갔더라고요,
받았어요.
시간이.
아 그렇군요. 하기는 이제 팀으로 깎으면은 자기 파티만 열심히
let's
깎으면
see.
되지만은 본인은 세 파티를 혼자서 다 깎아야 되는 입장이다 보니 아무래도 그런 게 차이가 좀 있을 수 있겠죠. 알겠습니다. So
okay.
세 번째 시도를 가야 하는데 진짜는 그럼 세 번째
419
시도에
is
있다는
slow,
건가요?
like I'm telling you. It has to be like 0340. 340 is the time that we should be aiming for. Like sub 350 ideally.
So,
Sub 4 just because we're playing like super safe.
CL
But
said watching
350 should be
Lin O's
the-
play, he already knew that it's not gonna be at this
Oh, that's
party. It's
unfortunate.
not gonna be in a faster timing. So he's gonna go on to the third attempt, which is the
Okay.
main attempt and main
That's the big one.
party he's been playing.
So
Alright.
this is what it's gonna come
So-
down to.
젤님 천천히 준비해 주시면 되겠습니다. 혹시 몇 점으로 가시나요?
Actually,
당연히 53으로 해야겠죠.
그렇죠. 53. 근데 53도 진짜 이게
어?
빨리 그 성공이
is
막
is the
쉽게
audio
나오는
lagging for
점수가
everybody
거의
else, or is it just me?
아니잖아요.
시간 싸움입니다, 지금은.
아 그래요? 지금은 이제
어, 네.
성공은 무조건이고 시간 싸움인
This audio is being very bad right now.
Yeah.
와우. 너무
Okay, just me.
멋지다. 너무 멋있다. Okay, so he's gonna go on to 53 difficulty level,
It's
and he's
Very,
saying that-
very bad.
Okay, it's gonna clear is already. I know that he will clear it. It's only the matter of time.
Alright, let me do a
he
quick
said.
reconnect and see if that
Yay.
fixes it.
Okay, 자 그러면은 천천히 차분하게 준비하시고 준비되시면 바로 시작해 주시면.
Yeah, this is like it's a very loud buzzing sound that's like really messing me up. So let me just see if a reconnect is gonna screw up my audio. All right, testing. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, seems, and it's the audio is thankfully fixed for me. That's great. I don't know what it is. Like my Focusrite interface has been. What is it with my hardware and my firmware going all over the place, man? All right, audio's fine. Look at that tank. All right, let's. Let me just hold up. Quickly move some things around. All right, we're good. So it is all gonna come down to this. So this is the Gilberta, Gilberta, lay, tang, like the combo skill spam, big damage. This is, I think, D53 clear that everybody has been using.
조졌다. 미친.
Hold the volume a bit. But I think this is the 53 clear that almost everybody has been using because it is by far the most consistent. It is. And it's really fast too. Like you can get sub 4 minute clears. I think Blue Jay's record on this was a 3 minute like 3 minute 58 seconds, which was massive.
죽인다.
So it is such a strong team
연습할 때한
to
30분
fight
한번 나올까 말까인데.
because you do so much damage with Lava Tank, especially when you're like whaled out, right? Like P5. So the big problem is so there are like 3.
뭐야. 아, 렉.
This like the game has been lagging very strangely. Like the problems that I had with the game were my own. They're like they're hardware problems. They're not software problems. But it feels like ever since yesterday the There's been some instability there with the game every now and then. Gyob is a lot better, yeah, because so the whole point is Gyob is not just a much superior operator when it comes to grouping, but the susceptibility on her ultimate is effectively free, right? If you can just you combine the very strong damage from her ultimate susceptibility with her grouping ability, and it's amazing. So like technically you could get like close comparable damage with Ardelia, but it is more SP intensive and he didn't even need to do that. He was gonna die to the combust, I guess, but break himself out. Actually, no, he did need to do it. As advice, he's stuck there in the puddle and taking a lot of damage. But yeah, like Rams. So 4 swings and 1-2. Rams here at the start of wave 3, and Effigy, because Effigy can move out of like your Berta ultimate, and that's really frustrating. So, oh, he's waiting. He's got. Did he get double? He did get a double. That's solid. And just look at that. It's gonna be. Does he not have? He's not gonna break himself out. What happened? Look out for a second. He did manage to get another double there. Taking a lot of damage though. Okay, he still manages to survive. He should be able to finish this off, but not as clean a not as clean as it normally would be. And as Shada says, you also get the nature infliction, which again is like it's free. It's entirely free. So that's one of the big things, right? Ardelia, you're spending SP, and whereas with Gilberta, you're getting an infliction with 0 SP. And of course, there you go, you get the combust. Wait, is he dead? Is he dead? He's got 400 HP. He's so close. That beam, to be honest, like it's not even that bad, right? Because the effigy did stay in the Gilberta ultimate, so he gets a lot of damage from this. But the fact that he took that much damage is very concerning. He gets like sneezed, and it's not even just like sneezed on. If he just like stands in a puddle for 1 second, that is what. He's got less than 10% of his own HP. The puddle was 10%, right? So I think he did not stacking all that well, so he missed out the combust on the snake. He's dead. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. It is still doable technically. Like you can still clear, because so long as you get these guys killed, the increased heat damage taken from tidal cast is big enough that you can do it without Guild Ultimate, and you can still just make use of Tank for the inflictions. But oh no, now that's GG. That's GG. That is very unfortunate now. And yeah, using the Tank ultimate, because healing the enemies with the Tank I think he panicked there. That is. So I think it's just a victory lap now. All that Blue Jay needs to do is well, get the 53 clear. Oh, technically we already got the clear. We already got the win because of the 52. But we can see a 53. We can see 53 from Blue Jay. Or I can attempt a 53 as well, although my success rate isn't as high. But yeah, that was a worthy attempt. I guess he wasn't too comfortable with the routing as of yet. So, damn, didn't even get the 53 clear. But yeah, that's it. Let's undeafen on Discord.
말씀을 들었는데 너무 아쉬우시겠어요.
정말
I do find it quite funny though how
억가가
all of our tournament wins
그러니까요.
have been just my 52 clear.
진짜.
It's just been winning on the 52 clears.
저희는 알잖아요.
Because people end up losing like the 53.
와,
So
이게
Blue Jay has just been styling
진짜
with his
역시 이
53s.
정도 레벨까지 가니까.
But turns out that
네.
just the pressure was all that was required.
오 하나만 삐끗해도 얘가 좀
네,
억까
GG,
패턴이
GG.
나오고 아 이게 말이 안 되네요. 하필 토너먼트
The
결승전에서 이게
the winners of the Contingency contract tournament. I do need to familiarize myself a little bit better with delay routing, to be honest, so I could cast it better. I do not do a good job at casting this route. I'm just kind of Juanfungi one trick and physical, but nobody runs physical. So
그 블루제이 선수가
네.
압도적으로 해서 제가
But
그래서
consistency
못
is key.
이기는
Like
기록을 내주면 좋겠어요.
according to Blue Jay,
Ah!
he gets like a 90% consistency on his
Yeah,
43 clears.
so, while interviewing
It is, yeah.
RCL,
Because it
he
forces
said-
you,
okay,
well, it prevents
so
you from using Gilbon
What
52
happened is what happened.
with the
And
Alice.
I hope
so.
that Blue Jay is gonna do absolutely strong job so that I don't have any other bad feelings. So, what are you gonna show us, Blue Jay? 54?
I'll do 53.
Oh, he's gonna do 53. You can see
I
that. It's,
see. So, CL's also cheering for you. And I'm gonna go on to your stream.
but like I think, it may have been that Seal was trying to push a little bit
몸이 잘못한 거야. 당신은
faster,
아무 잘못 없어.
maybe because he know. Like I think the big thing, honestly, it was one of those situations where Blue Jay doing the show match 53s. Like the way that we did it is like round one, we kept it secret, right? Blue Jay did not show off the 53 clears. We wanted to keep like the routing, the tech of the Wolfguard plannable route. We wanted to keep that hidden. But then for round two, Blue Jay just went and did it, and he pulled it off. Right, it was like his fastest clear in the tournament so far, which was the 420, and I think that was very good for two reasons. First of all, by introducing the clannable routing when most people were using the rational farewell routing for this, by showing that clannable could be a lot faster, it got a lot of people to, okay, now I have to practice the clannable routing. Now I can't just stick with the rational farewell, because if I do rational farewell, they're gonna beat me. Like the clannable is just gonna be faster. So that forced like Seal, because I think he started off with the rational farewell one, and then he swapped to clannable after Blue Jays match. And so now he had to practice that, and of course that tanks your consistency, because now you're having to practice a different team. You know, we had like a little under a week to practice these teams beforehand. Like it was like a weekend, it's like, you know, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's like four days ish. And so that hurt the consistency. And by Blue Jay showing that he could clear 53, not only in round two, but he did it again in round three, by showing that he could do it with consistency, that puts a lot of pressure. Because now, if you're clearing 53, you're not just thinking, oh, do I clear 53? Is it really about consistency? It's not about consistency, it's about speed. You have to not only clear 53, you have to clear 53 quickly. And I think that pressure of having to pull off the fast 53s, just like the mental load can cause you to mess up. And I think that might be what happened with Seal there. And he's playing 3 games every match and finally caught up to him. To be honest, the first match, I'm even surprised that he went as far as a 50 on the first match, because usually the first match is just like a throwaway one. We saw it with a lot of the, even like Meiji, right, who was playing like the Yvonne one, and she even like disconnected halfway through. It's like, you know what, whatever. Because the focus is like 52s are practically guaranteed clears. It is like you have to be really inting, which to be honest happens like once a blue moon for me. But you have to be really inting to like mess up a 52. 53 is where the consistency lies. So you just focus on 2 matches. Just focus on a 52 and on a 53. But the fact that I could do like a really fast Zheng Fengyi and not have to worry about it, like ensures that it absolutely forces a 53. A fast 52 is as good as a 53, almost. Because it means that, well, you don't have a choice. You're not going to be able to beat it in speed. Yeah, Blue Jay showing 53. Lowest play rate, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Future 60 tournaments would be scary with more units for extra possibilities. Maybe all 3s could have consistent 53s. Honestly, if that's the case, that's going to be massive. I think if you could have, because right now, it really is, this is the only team that can do 53 consistently. I actually think Zheng Fengyi Gilberta team can also do 53 consistently. It's just that nobody has actually bothered labbing it too much, because this team is more consistent. I think because the Lava team with Wolfguard is so good, and it needs it usually needs Gilberta for it. Nobody has like really bothered with the Gilberta routing for 53 Zheng Fengyi, but I'm pretty confident that Zheng Fengyi could also somewhat consistently clear 53. I just don't think it would be as fast, because you can get like a 4-minute clear on this with the late team. So it's something that I couldn't practice because Gyo was, is we gonna get the whirlpools? Nah, I didn't get the maybe it did the crown infliction, because the thing with Tang Tang is even if you use the crown infliction early, it's like the little whirlpool thingies that actually inflict it. So if an enemy walks in while they're still spinning around, you tend to get the crown infliction. It does make it a little bit awkward though, because it offsets the timing. But he's on course for it's gonna be a sub 410. It's gonna be sub 410. Come on, sub 410. Just one more. Yes, it was. That's 4 minutes 7 seconds. 4 minutes 8 seconds. After 5 for Blue Jay. I mean, hey, I was the one that found the hidden gem, right? But yeah, look at that. 4 minutes and 8 seconds. That is the fastest 53 clear we have had in the entire tournament. That's even faster than his like 420 clear that he pulled off on round 2. So yeah, very clean.
It just came out at the same level.
You can see same speed as me, but on a 53.
와, 자, 지금 말씀하시는 게
That's what I'm saying. Over
평소에도
4 minutes on
보통 이렇게
52, just ain't
나온다.
it?
그래서
Just ain't it?
평소에 연습한 대로 이 타이밍으로 나오는데 이
Great
타이밍으로
stuff.
잘 끝마쳤다라고
What a
말씀을
beast.
해주셨습니다. What a confidence! Holy shit! Oh my god!
Holy shit.
Clean.
So
I'm
much for being
amazed.
keeping the naughty words out.
Alright, so we have a winner for today. It is Blue Jay and Lino team.
There we go, we got it.
Congratulations.
We got a grand finals.
축하드립니다.
One.
자,
That's
오늘
amazing.
이렇게 해서
10K.
결승전의 승자가 나오게 되었는데요.
How much you want to bet that
How do you
P5P5 Lino is
feel
going to cost me
about
10K?
winning this tournament, Blue Jay and Lino? Since you're a team, I want to hear both of you.
Yeah, that's right. I think when I was first going into it, I was very anxious because it was a very stacked tournament, right? I think when you look at all the different brackets, the guys did a very good job with their selection process. Everybody that was kind of approved for the tournament have like really good clears that they had uploaded previously, like many 52, even 53 clears after the approval, and like very like high, like 45 plus clears, like 50, like 46. So I was very anxious going into it, but as time went on, we started refining our routing. We figured out the strategy of how we wanted to handle the teams, and to be honest, we also got very lucky of always being the second players, I think, to go through, because we do have a bit of an advantage there, because we could respond to whatever it was that Team A was doing, and
right.
slowly but surely we seems like we managed it after all.
Yeah, you did. So, 자, 리노님은 여러 가지 이 경기에 처음 나오면서 정말 많이 떨렸었다. 그리고 많이 불안했었던 게 다른 사람들이 막 몇 점 이렇게 하면서 올라오는 것들을 사실 봐왔었고 또 굉장히
네.
잘하는 실력자들이 올라왔었기 때문에 많이 떨렸었지만
A guide maker and
오늘 또
a
좋았던 게 두 번째 B팀으로
speedrunner
나가서 상대가 어떻게 하는지
managed to
보고
manage to
나서
clear.
선택해서
managed to win the tournament.
대응하면서 할 수 있었던 게 참 좋았던 것 같다.
Oh, that's great.
말씀을 또 하고 계십니다.
And everybody go sub to Blue Jay if you haven't subbed already.
Great. So,
Incredible
yeah.
player. He's just proven it to
Beautiful
you.
job, Blue Jay.
So,
How do you feel about your win?
Honestly, I can't believe it. I'm really grateful to Lin for inviting me to be his teammate. Because I wouldn't have the opportunity to do something like this otherwise.
What? But that is so beautiful. 자, 지금 자기는 내가 여기 있는 것조차도 너무 감격스럽다. 사실 리노가 초대해주지 않았더라면은 난 여기 나오지도 못했을 거고.
yeah, that's very flattering. Very touches my heart. Thank you, Blue Jay.
기쁘다라고
Thank you.
말씀해주고 계십니다.
But yeah, so
Right. So, do you guys have any plans for spending your $10,000?
well, as for me, I guess it's gonna go back in the game. I'm Lino. They're releasing Lino, and Lino is probably gonna be like a big upscale for the Zhuangfengyi teams, which is a team that I'm playing. So well, I guess I'm just gonna wheel back into the game to get the character. That's where it's going.
I heard that same then from Sia. What do you do if you win? You know. I see that. 자, 우리 리노님께서는 어떻게 말씀해 주셨냐면은 지금 이제 우승을 하게 되셨는데 우승 상금 1만 달러로 뭘 하고 싶으십니까? 라고 했더니 이거 그대로 아마 게임으로 다시 돌아가고
Validating your claims. Thank you. That flatters me. I feel very flattered.
하는데 그대로 다시 게임으로
They know
돌아갈 것
P5 for another 10K.
같다라고 전 세계가 생각하는
P5
게
fund loop.
똑같나 봅니다. 아무래도 이 게임을 너무너무
That is true.
사랑하는 우리 스트리머들이
Me having
있어서
P5 Jung Fungi helped a lot as well because I could practice before we had the tournament accounts.
같네요, 여러분들.
So
자,
hey, it's all
그리고
part of the plan.
안타깝게도 오늘 지게 되었지만 정말 한국을 대표해서
Yeah, that's great.
너무나도 좋은 그 어템트들을 보여주면서 올라온 우리 CL님 마지막으로 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
마지막에 그래도 아주 그래도 제 기준으로는 확실히 좋은 기록 내주셔서 제가 깼더라도 못 이길 확률이 높았을 것 같습니다. 훈훈하네요.
에이, 겸손. So he's being very humble, and he said, oh, I've seen a very clean attempt, and even though he succeeded the 53, I wouldn't be able to win. So it was
Oh.
very cool to watch, and yeah, that's what he said.
Blue Jay is
All
so
right,
good, man.
thank you so much for participating in the tournaments. Every single streamers from all over the world. 이
It's a
전
global tournament, very global
세계에서
tournament.
스트리머분들이 많이 모여주셔서 이 토너먼트를 진행을 했었습니다.
But yeah,
일본
thanks, guys.
분들, 뭐 러시아 분도 계셨고,
Oh, it's coming because of 20.
계시고,
I guess it's
또
working out then.
한국 분도 계시고, 중국 분도 계시고
But
했었는데
yeah.
정말 너무
I can
많이
probably do some
참여해주셔서
53 attempts on
너무너무
stream now as well.
감사하고요. 자, 그럼 이렇게 해서 우리의 토너먼트를 종료하도록 하겠습니다. Everybody, congratulations! Thank you so much. Bye bye.
바이바이.
Bye bye.
Yay!
It was great. That was really good. Well, like I said, I really wasn't expecting us to win because the tournament was really stacked. Like I genuinely felt I was one of the weakest players. I still do not believe. I still find it so weird that all of our tournament runs were technically won by the 52 clears because people either got pressured or they couldn't beat it on time. So I really wasn't expecting. I was really thinking, all right, I'm just gonna. It's going to probably come down to Blue Jay, but I mean, it did in the end because he always got the 53s, right? He has not failed a single 53 attempt in the entire tournament. By the way, just want to point that out. So it did end up going down to Blue Jay, but I was so surprised. I thought we'd be getting like really consistent 53 clears at the end. Alright, this should kill. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a final strike here. There we go. And you can see I'm clearing 53 here about at the same speed, if not faster, than I did my 52. Like the 52 clear that I had was awful. So I'll knock this back. I'll wait so that it pushes, like the final strike pushes him back, and then that should have made sure that the all of them died. For some reason, Arknight was just slightly off center, and that messed up the one of the slimes, one of the mudflows. But that's okay. So targeting. They have to fix this. There's a bug in the game where it will just target the a corpse. It will try to target a corpse, it will fail, and then it will reselect the same target. So you're effectively stuck on one target, you can't move out of it. And this is an incredibly frustrating bug that changes how the routing works for a lot of these teams. And like the whole reason why I have to play that Hedron stage so slowly and so safely is simply because of that bug. If that bug did not exist, if I could change targeting freely, I could go so much faster. But for the sake of consistency, I'm not allowed to, because if I do it, it won't allow me to. It'll keep me stuck on the Hedron, and I'm not gonna be able to select the Tidewalker or the Prism. I have so much SP. I should be unloading. Like I want them to group up. This is kind of one of the big problems with 53 with the Jung Fungi team. I am reliant on them grouping up. Are you kidding me? Can you please let me attack? But yeah, this is very slow. And Arknight missed as well. This is not looking good. If this is a clear, it's gonna be a slow one. It's gonna be like 430, 440, if even. They're not stacking at all. Oh my god! And I lost my final strike again. I'm telling you, do not trust Kazir. Do not trust Kazir. They will screw you over with their awful software. I need to get a new keyboard, man. So shoot down the next one. But I'm very slow. I should be at like 2 minutes 10 seconds ish. So this may actually come down to time, which is unfortunate. All because of the awful ram stage. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So yeah, this is bad. This is actually not a good time. This is the tail part of the stream now. To be honest, every single run on Contingency contract is tilting. I swear to God, dude, every single run is tilting. I should have used Zhong Fengyi battle skill here actually. I kinda griefed. I should have done like the fast attack because I didn't use Arknight ultimate. I didn't need it for effigy. So this is actually gonna slow down the clear even more. They are being cooperative though, which is good. I'm just gonna tank this. So yeah, this is like the one benefit that I get from running from running Chivalric Virtues. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That landed? This is not good. I'm not doing very well on SP. So this may be a very uncomfortable clear. This is gonna be a very, very uncomfortable clear. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm not gonna have the SP. But I'll be able to finish it off here. So yeah, this was a slow one. This was a pretty slow one, but as you can see, Zhong Fengyi team can still comfortably clear 53, even with like absolute dog shit luck on Rams. And this was not using Wild Wanderer, by the way. This was using Chivalric Virtues. You can get a lot faster if you use Wild Wanderer, but you saw, right? Because I purposely tanked some hits. I decided to take the final strike, or take the hit while doing the final strike, and just being able to do that saves enough time that if you don't get really lucky on the 53s, it can end up being better to run Chivalric Virtues over Wild Wanderer simply because it allows you to be more forgiving of the routing. So this was a very slow clear. The average that I tend to get here was around like 430. 420-ish, like 418. 418 I think was the fastest clear that I had for the 53 routing. But that's really difficult. You do need Rams to like be incredibly cooperative. We can experiment with some slightly new strats though. So not new. I'm gonna play around with this one. So this is going to be a bit of a risky one. But what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to be trying to make use of Zhong Fengyi battle skill on the ultimate. So wait, what was that? What am I doing? Let me try it again. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try and use Zhong Fengyi battle skill as late as possible when I'm going into Tidewalker and off of Effigy, so that I can have it up for the alphas, the heavies. Alright, so let me actually focus a bit and not grief here again like I did before. There we go. That's how it's meant to be. You can see they're all sacked. Can we get a kill? Yes, we can. This might be able to kill in one shot if I can get them to sack together. Unfortunately, it was not enough. So I'm gonna need one extra cycle here. But again, like 419, that's fine. It's pretty good. Arknight does very good damage to a combo. She does, yeah. Like, the Rossi Sig is the difference. It took me ages to figure out this routing on my personal account because the damage that I was getting with my Arknight is really low because I don't have Rossi Sig. I don't have Rossi at all, right? So So it took me hours to get like a 53 on my personal account. I think somebody asked me, what's the highest that you got on your personal account? And it's 53. Using this exact same thing. That corpse bug, man. Okay, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a very long time. Use Arklight Ultimate. Wait a little bit longer. Now I'm gonna jump Fungi Ultimate. And hopefully... Oh shit, I'm griefing. I should have been mashing her battle skill. But I forgot to do that. Big grief, big grief. Grief, big grief. So that's a very slow clear. Yeah. Nah, this is GG. This is GG. 0310. Because what I wanted to do here is I wanted to open with the Zhuang Fengyi battle skill like now, and get the big damage on the ramps from that alone, so that I wouldn't have had to go through as many like combo skill cycles here. But because I was brain AFK, what am I doing? I'm still brain AFK. I'm very brain AFK actually. Because I've been griefing like that. I'm too focused on talking and not enough on playing. I'm talking about unrelated things, and that messes up my gameplay. But yeah, so this may be GG. But actually, this is a good. What am I doing? Okay, this is not it. Let me focus. I mean, I already got the 53. So everybody knows it can be done if I stick to the OG routing. We're just being adventurous here. But because I want to delay the ultimate use. Are you tiding? Whatever. Very slow. But it's fine. It's actually not that bad if this is low. I'll just tank it here. Because it can help us evaluate whether or not the difference with the Zhuang Fengyi battle skill can make up for a bad run. So for example, so this is a bad run. We're going in like a 5 seconds, 6 seconds late. Yeah, brain reset. How broken do I expect support mode Arcane to be in the... Why am I... I should focus on the clear. I think Arcane's gonna be pretty busted to be honest. Just her grouping ability alone is massive. That's one of the big reasons why Gilberta is such like a good pick for Contingency Contract currently, is because enemies are so spread out that Gilberta's grouping is a large part of why a lot of these routings are possible to begin with. Without her grouping, bad perspective. Am I gonna get the bug?
A burst of storm, a birth of light.
Oh, what's happened to my... Yeah, this is not working out. This is really not working out. Bad stack management, And I'm not going to be able to go into it with the battle skill again. Yeah, part of the reason why the Zhuang Fengyi team with Alish feels so much worse than Gilberta's is that you kind of have to work around grouping in a sense. Oh, they're half stacking, which is okay. All right, this may be fine. We can try out the strat with effigy instead. Interrupt, 1, 2, 3. Arklight, why didn't you show up on the left side? Why did you show up on the right? I don't have enough Sunderblades. What happened to my Sunderblades? This is kind of actually a bit of a problem, I suppose, with 53. It's because it takes so long to kill these dudes. You actually end up losing out on Sunderblades. I'm just gonna risk it, fuck it. We go for it, we'll go for speed. So I'll wait.
A burst of storm, a birth of light.
Alright. Did that land at least? Yes, it did. But I think I may need a bit more to kill. Let's see. Okay, but this is a good setup. This is a good setup. So we are behind on time. We're like 10 seconds behind on time. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna begin casting this.
Like a flash, it struck.
There we go. Wait, she still hit the ram, unfortunately. That's bad. I thought I would be able to get it without hitting the ram, but it wasn't enough. So yeah, so this is GG. This would be a fail clear. So I need to go into tidal with at least like 30 seconds. I think maybe if I position myself further behind, if I position myself like really far back, so that I get only the last hit on the sting, that might work instead of griefing me there. Are you kidding me? Why are you not dead? You're still not dead? Alright. Okay, let's try it again. I really do want to get the one after Tidewalker though. I think that speeding up rams is going to be a big part of making the route more consistent. If I can speed it up there, it should kill. Great time. We're doing great for time actually. All right. Wait. Final strike. Wait for him to get pushed back. 1, 2. Wait a bit. 1, 2, 3. That's great. It hit him as well, so I get a little bit of damage. So I'm not gonna have the weird head run decides to live just about and messes up the run. Can you like stop moving? That bug, man. Okay.
A burst of storm. A birth of light.
1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's pretty solid. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. But I am not doing good on crowd stacks, so I'm not going to be able to do it. I messed up the crowd stacks. Because ideally what I want to do is I want to be able to get the Zhongfengi battle skill while I'm in my ultimate invulnerability. Oh, they're going all over the place anyways. That still landed? Okay. But he's running. Okay, this is good. He's gonna... Why are you not coming closer, man? Stack. Yes, there we go. That's how it's meant to be. Now they're not stacking. It's this, but I wish there was like an invisible tether that kept these guys like close to each other, and they wouldn't just like run around and start targeting random teammates all the time. Like even if it would be more annoying that they only targeted the controlled operator, it would be more like you would at least be able to work around that, right? It would be more consistent. And so I would prefer it to be like more annoying to deal with, but also more consistent. Okay, this should kill all of them. So yeah, 210 is kind of where we want to be going. Oh, I used it early. This wasn't what I wanted to test, but whatever. We might not be able to do the new routing on the on Sting here. Maybe, let's see. So I'm gonna stand far back here. And I think maybe once this hits. Did I get it? Nope. It's so big. The AoE on that thing is so big that it still hit the ram. Oh man. Okay. That, you've got to be kidding me. But I'll move on close just so that I can not have to worry about it doing like a ranged attack. But it feels like it might be less consistent to try and do the Zhongfengi battle skill clipping than it would to not. So on, this one's still not dead. Should die here. Yeah. I'm just gonna kill this one with basics. I should have enough time to get a kill here if I don't mess up. Ta-da! Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have the SP to do everything to you. So this is looking good. And it should be dead here. What? It lived! With like a sliver of HP. But yeah, maybe if I stand even further back, I guess that could work. I'm just experimenting. Okay, so let me catch up on chat actually. Still grinding. I'm just experimenting with 53 because I like when we were going into this grand finals. I was like contemplating, should I try and push for 53? Because like if Seal can do a 53, if he's got like a consistent 53, it's gonna come down to who can clear 53 the fastest. And while Blue Jay can get like really low average, like we saw like a sub 4 minute 10 seconds that he did on the kind of Gilberta, Lavatane, Wolfguard, Tank, it is still like there is variance. There is a level of RNG that you cannot control for. And so the question is, I can get this with like the standard routing to be around like 4 minutes 30 seconds average-ish. Like 4 minutes 30, 4 minutes, like somewhere between 430 to 440. That tends to be what my average is. But I can get a fast clear of like a 420. So if Blue Jay ended up being in a situation like his, like the round 3 clear, where he ended up getting like a, what is it, like a 440 something, like a 4 minutes 45 or something. If I were able to pull off a 4 minute 20 seconds with the Fungi comp, then that could be a secure win. But we then decided to be like, you know what, it's just going to be safer to push for 52. We're not sure if Seal's going to be consistent enough on 53. And just by, it's the strat that I talked about at the beginning, right? Is if I can get like a really fast 52, that effectively locks Seal out of specific like teams, right? He's forced to use, he's going to be forced to run like kind of like Gilberta, Lavatane comp. He's going to have to put everything to a 53. Because he's not going to be able to contest my time on a 52 if I can play it well enough. So that's the strat that we ended up with, and then I just started refining the 52 route to be faster. But I know that the 53 route with Zhong Fengyi, without using Gilberta, with this comp, with the Alice team, can be fast. I'm sure that like a 4 minute 20 seconds can be like 4 minute 20 to 4 minute 30, or at the very least like 30 to 40, should be something that is doable consistently. And so I'm just experimenting now that the tournament is over, and now I no longer have to be like, okay, I'm just going to practice 52, I'm just going to try and get the fastest run that I can. Like, if we try and actually optimize 53, how consistent and how fast can we get it to be? My clear was like 60%-ish, like closer to 2 and 3, when I was trying it yesterday. But then I dropped the practice to the 52s. But yeah, a lot of talk on Arcane. Arcane seems like it's gonna be like really busted. But I wouldn't expect it to be any more than 5% because that's like 5%. So that seems to be the default now. It's what we got on Camille. I guess it's a stacking that we keep getting with Tank as well. It feels like that's the default plan. Wait, I want to try the Zhong Fengyi battle skill style. Arcane is gonna be a really interesting situation. Imagine like you're gonna have a future contingency contract tournament, and you're like, you can use Arcane twice, but you can only use each one of her forms once. That's gonna be pretty interesting. So imagine being able to use the same character twice, but it's just limited to different forms. That could be an interesting way of adding some variance to teams. So then you could do one main DPS Arcane team, and then you could do one like support Arcane team for the next tournament. That'd be pretty interesting. I think one of the big problems that I'm just gonna tank this, yeah. One of the big problems that we have seen with the current contingency contract is that teams are incredibly limited. There is only so many teams that you can play and be consistent with at a high level. Even not even being consistent, right? It's just even clearing at a high level. That's why, like, show me like a full physical team that's cleared 54. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. You have to kind of, you're using like Mifu Rossi, right? You're doing like Rossi comp variants because the combination of healing on crowd control and the 25% HP cap, it just kills every physical thing. Like, what are you gonna do? So you also have to be very conservative with some of the operator choices. Like, there's a reason why Gilberta is so good, right? So you can only use Gilberta in one team, which means, well, now any other potential routes that could have used Gilberta and still been consistent, oh, they're no longer the case. I don't think that's a problem though. I think the one character limit is actually fine because it does encourage more team diversity. But it also makes things be very constrained, and I think that's not a problem with the tournament. I think that's a problem with Contingency contract as a game mode. I think it is very restrictive. They need to have more like buff style. What the hell am I doing? I should have been doing the Zhang Fengyi battle skill, but I didn't. Whatever. I could have used it there actually, but I did not. Okay, I'm gonna do single. Well, I'm kind of high on SP, and the other guy's moving close, so maybe you can get a clip. Only 10k damage, not much. Do you think they'll add operator bans in future tournaments? I hope not, actually. I really hope they don't. Because if you do operator bans, I think a lot of the fun in these tournaments and what makes these tournaments entertaining to watch and entertaining to play is that you can see a very well-refined route. You can see how is the game played at like a very high level. But if you do operator bans, now suddenly you're having to deal with like, oh, what if they ban this character? What if they ban that character? The consistency is gonna go way down because people are gonna have to practice like really strange unorthodox comps just to get around the operator bans. And then if something doesn't get banned, now you're back to the original one. So it kind of goes all over the place. I think it's fine to not have bans. And what? Why did my final strike miss? Did I actually get juked by this boss? You have gotta be kidding me, man. I'm gonna have to spend more SP, and now I'm not gonna be able to do the Zhang Fengyi strat. Because he juked my final strike. Because, I just want to point something out. Enemies in this game is, they have like hurt boxes, as in like they have areas of the body. So I think like part of the reason why I realized why I was missing Tidewalker when I was like sending like the Perlica attack is because when he was like moving up and down, it would kind of go through, like it felt like it was like going through the enemy, like it didn't actually hit him or something. So and you have like situations where you get body blocked by, like if the Sting does like the melee one and you try to move back, you can't go through because the tail hits. Or, you know, you're trying to attack like the ram, bam, final strike, but then it hits the tail because the Sting's tail is on the way. So the enemies have like actual physical hurt boxes. It's not just like a little square. No, there's the enemy model is the hurt box and the hitbox in the case of ram, which means that because effigy is a bunch of floating rocks, you shoot the final strike and it just goes through it because it's moving. It's so stupid. Oh man. Well, let's see. No, that's not CC. Nature CC is restrictions of players. Is it buffing? I'm a bit lost there. But I think bans are. I think if you look at then talking about like let's say we're doing a fighting game, right? If you're playing a fighting game and you have bans on a fighting game, that is fine because most people are gonna have multiple characters that they play. You're gonna have a bad matchup if you're like doing like a fighting games 1v1, even like tag teams or check scale style, where you do play with like multiple people. When you are fighting a specific character, some characters are going to have better and worse matchups than one another, so you are naturally going to have a wider range of characters that you know how to play. But when you have 4 operators in a team, if you change one operator, the entire routing, everything changes. It's no longer the same team. You can't even everything is going to be completely different, which is why the routing with Alish is going to be entirely different from the routing with Gilberta. So simply losing on a single operator changes things so radically, and because there are so many different team combinations that you can make, the variance that you have on the clears is going to be massive. So I am not. You see, the tail body blocked me. I try to go through, but this tail is an object. It's literally what I was talking about, right? So I can't move through the tail, and the tail is going to, you know, collide with my projectiles and with my attacks, and that's what is considered a hit. And like, that's really cool, up until you get griefed by it. And I have 300 HP now. I don't think this is gonna be a clear, because I don't think I'm gonna have time to kill Tadocast. But yeah, like for example, that bit too, when it's charging at you, do not trust the red marker, because the red marker is too small. They're like these little the little like the mandibles on the ram. They count as hitboxes. I might actually still be able to do it. Let's see. Yeah, it should be fine. Still managed to do it. It's okay. It's okay. Not every esports tournament has to be a MOBA with pick bans. And again, like the thing with MOBA is you are playing one character. You are not playing a team. You play a singular character. You are going to naturally be familiar and know how to play multiple characters, because all you have to focus on is how a specific character plays. If you ban an operator in a team, you are changing everything about the team. So it just isn't it. I just don't think bans are the way. Like you could do like bans would be funny. Like bans would be like, oh, look at these incredibly skilled players fumbling around and looking like complete beginners because they're having to play teams that they're not really used to, and just see how they kind of problem solve and adjust on the fly. Like it'd be funny, but it wouldn't be competitive, I don't think. It's too much kind of on the fly adjustment as opposed to working with like high level skilled play around teams that you've practiced for. Can you targeting? There we go. And thanks, so congratulations. Yeah, we was quite anxious, but turns out we managed to pull it off at the end. That's great stuff. Big ban's only good when the game is flexible enough. Yeah. You know what? Let's go for it. Drafting could work for Endfield tournaments, but like what? Like one player picks a character and then the other player is locked out of using that character. That'd be terrible, because some teams are just subjectively better than others. So if you lock out, like, oh, this team picks a character and now their enemies, their opponents, can no longer use that character, that would be really bad. Like there's a reason everybody was running like the Lavatane, Gabura, Tang, Wukong team for 53. And even then, like, why was everybody doing Zhongfang 52? Because it's super consistent. Oh, that's not good. Wait, what am I doing? Wait, I keep trying to do the, like, I'm gonna slow down Zhongfang Gi. I think I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna give up on the Zhongfang Gi for Zhongfang Gi enhanced battle skill for the double rams. I just don't think I'll be able to get it to be consistent enough. Especially because the crowd stack management is going to be even more frustrating. So maybe I'll just do it for the ram instinct. More characters in the game could be maybe draft style content could be fun. Right now these sets of divas, yeah. I think again most of the problems that I have are not with the game or even the tournament format. I actually think the tournament format is like okay. Well, we have to kind of figure out a way of getting like the second player advantage. I think that is like pretty big, but didn't get the fun strike. What was I saying? Right. The big problems that I have are actually with contingency contract itself. It's with the highly restrictive nature of the game. I think part of the reason why we even get like these crazy funky comps, like, oh look, it's like a double Vanguard Zhongfang Yi team, haha, isn't that great? It's because we have had these like the buff to combo skill cooldown. And so if we had, I keep saying this every time, right? If we had more like buffing, like you get a debuff, yes, but you also get a buff. It would make it would make running contingency contract a lot more interesting. It encourage a greater diversity of teams. One, two, three, four. They should kill without me needing. So like that's what I wanted to do. That's how I want to be doing the usual routes. Actually, you know what? Let's push for it. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do it. Nope. I'm gonna need another So that did a bit of damage to both, but I'm not sure it's worth the delay. I should have unlocked. The fact that I didn't unlock means that I didn't get the Junk Fungi consuming the electrification on the second ram. Oh, can we get them to stack? We can, nice. We're going alright actually, not too bad. I am not actually. I should have used Junk Fungi again, because I'm trying to be conservative of SP, so I can go into Ramon's thing with a good SP count, but maybe not the best idea, because that's slowing things down quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I grief? I kind of griefed. Hold on, this may work out. This may work out. This may work out. Stand really far away. Really far away. Begin casting. Maybe I should do it a little later, because I should maybe be able to do that without clipping the ram. I'm just gonna tank it. Didn't even need to. They should hopefully down the next one. It's gonna get staggered. I freeze myself. Take the finisher. I was just setting up for Tidal. Should down the next set. And I'll also work around my own freeze. Okay. Yeah, start doing basics, Alashot. Remember the rhythm, what was it again? 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. It's not as fast as I could have hoped, but... Oh. I kinda griefed. I thought I would get my, I thought I would get, what you call... Wait, that still didn't kill what we did. I thought I'd get a Pelica combo skill before Junk Fungi, but then it didn't, and I brain AFK'd. I mean, it's like it was like full 40, yeah, it's slow. And I know I can do full 30. Well, I was getting full 30 consistently before. I think that would be for a separate game mode. I know JK doesn't hold an end game mode where teams get buffs in the boss rush, so I'd expect them to put that here eventually as well. I mean, you can do both. You already get buffs, right? We're already getting buffs on this game mode. They've already proven that you can do that. That they are willing to add buffs to the end game mode. I do not want just buffs. Buffs is not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for something that is a negative, but it's also a positive, right? So that you have to work around balancing the benefit. So, you know, here, regardless of what you choose, you are gonna be like losing out on a bajillion like battle skill damage, 60% battle skill damage dealt reduction. But the fact that you get this little difference, oh, you know, combo skill cooldown decrease or increase to it's effectively like reaction damage, right? This encourages more team variety, and this encourages more creative problem solving, I think, because you're not just playing, oh, I am playing the team that I'm used to playing, but gimped, and so it feels terrible. Like you roll for the characters, you pull for the characters, you kind of learn the rotations and you learn the team, and then the end game mode is, okay, guys, you are going to just not actually play your team. You are going to do everything but the things that you actually enjoy doing with your team, because you have so many restrictions that you don't really get to play the game properly. You're just gonna have to, you know, Because like, we even saw like Blue Jay with the like the Yvonne clears. Like, okay, on the Yvonne team, with these modifiers, he wasn't even like really caring much about the skill combo cooldown reduction or the operated damage dealt. He was literally just spamming basic attack on Yvonne. It was just like spam basic attack, spam basic attack, spam basic. You just remove, I forgot which one it was. Like yeah, so you just don't take this. So you're not doing basic attack, like low basic attack damage, and then you know with no like low HP, you just absolutely demolish enemies because losing 70% of your basic attack damage is ridiculous. And the enemies are technically lower level. So you're effectively just playing basic attack simulator. You don't even get to play the team because that's what the restrictions force you to do. So by having these little like slight buffs alongside the debuff, it would be more like, what if it's like you do like 90% negative basic attack damage. But I don't know, if you get like 2 final strikes within a specific period of time, your second final strike is like 300% more damage. That encourages you to be greedy. Okay, I'm gonna have to like 2 basic attack strings like back to back if I want to benefit from the damage increase. You know, you can, or it's like, it's really annoying stuff like the, oh, you know, enemies on the crowd control effects heal like completely. So okay, you can't play physical teams anymore because when you combine this with this, which, you know, 25% max HP cap, you literally cannot kill. So what if it was something like, oh, you know, every time that an enemy heals from a crowd control effect, they gain like a stack of a debuff that increases the damage that they're going to take from the next attack. So then you could do, or from the next reaction or whatever. So you could do like a one-shot crush, if for force sake they didn't have this stupid thing, right? So you know, it's, I feel like there's so many ways that they could make for creative ways to play a team, because you're not going to be playing your team regardless of what it is that you do, right? You're going to have to work around these limitations, and that's just going to be a fact. So if you want to play your team front of your rotations, go play another mode, fair enough. But I think it's just less boring and less unfun to feel like you're playing a like disabled version of your team, which is kind of what you have to do. It's like, what are these teams doing effectively? But yeah, how do you feel about the turn-off mechanic type modifiers like no dodge? I really dislike them. Really dislike them. But this is not, it's not just necessarily just because of the dodge, right? It's like, I like doing stuff like, you know, animation canceling stuff. It's like, oh, you know, when Zhang Fengyi moves back, you can like cancel her sword, you know, the animation of her, I did it too early, right? You can cancel animation like her basic 3 and stuff like that. So you can, like on Mifu, you can animation cancel her third slash on her basic 3. Like I like doing like these little dodge things, but then, well, it doesn't, you don't really get to do that in Contingency Contract because you can't dodge, right? There is no, a lot of the minute optimizations that you would be doing on a team's regular rotation, you don't actually get to do with Contingency Contract. Like normally, oh, if you're a speedrunner, like what Blue Jay is, you want to minimize time stop and like overlap skills. But in Contingency Contract, it's, well, you can't do that most of the time, because if you do skills too quickly, you end up you have the 5-second infliction lockout. That means you're just wasting your time. Thankfully, it did end up being worthwhile in some way, because you do have situations like Zhong Fengyi where you use stuff like, you know, Arknight and then Alish combos go in quick succession, and you'll still only build a single stack after Perlica Electrification, which is nice. But you could still technically delay it. You saw, like I was saying, like, you know, Perlica 1, wait 1-2, and then again for the Arknight combo skill, stuff like that's pretty cool. But if it was like a lot of these restrictive modifiers that you have on Contingency Contract, make it way less accommodating. It makes it be a much lesser part of an endgame run. I think there was a little bit of a discussion in the tournament chat that I found was interesting, which is, instead of it being like, you cannot dodge, what they do is like, every time you dodge, a banana peel appears on the ground. So every time you dodge, you can dodge, but if you dodge, you're gonna have like a permanent banana peel that's gonna just like be sitting there, and you have to deal with that banana peel for the rest of the match. So I think that would be pretty funny. I think that would be pretty interesting, because you're not locked out of the dodge entirely, but now you have to work around another mechanic, or, you know, another another restriction that gets placed on you. So even if they take things away from you, make it so that it's being taken away in a fun way, rather than just you do less damage, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. No, 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 no. It's only no's. There is never a yes. There is never something fun. It's always no. It's more. They take more damage. You cannot heal. They heal when you see them. You can't do damage. You get less stats. You can't dodge. You can't change operators. You can't do it. It's like you can't. No, 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 no. I'm tired of that. I want a little bit of like go. Not no, 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 no. And these modifiers are great. They're wonderful because they do both of that. So I think they have a lot of potential to refine this. I don't think they... Honestly, this is not OG Arknights. This is a different game. And I think it's fine for them to different... Like, if the OG Arknights has, like, no buffing in their contingency contract, it's like, okay, fine, that's OG Arknights. On Endfield, they should do that because it's more fun. It's more fun to do something like this. You can make it challenging and you can make it be fun. And I think, no, the whole point of a game is for it to be, like, you know, fun. Beating challenges, having limitations is in itself pretty fun. I think that's part of the reason what having to problem solve creatively is what makes the contingency contract in Endfield be an interesting game mode. But again, encourage me to problem solve in a way that makes me feel like I'm working with the game, not against the game, which is what contingency contract can feel like right now. So I think but they're getting lots of feedback from the current contingency contract. This is, you know, baby steps. They're slowly finding their footing on how it is that they're gonna be handling these things going forwards. So, although for some reason it's kind of weird, like they do the feedback survey at the end of a version, and normally it's like 5,000 characters, but this time around I only got 500 characters. I think maybe they got fed up with me typing too much. I only got 500 characters on the feedback survey this time around, so I couldn't write much. CC in the original case, infamous for scaring away the entire player base. Oh, hold on, I griefed because I forgot to use. I'm getting distracted. Xenorage's AKEF famous infamous for scaring away the entire player base from playing because they think it's too hard. I don't want that to happen in Endfield. I don't think hard is a problem. It's something can be like insanely difficult, or maybe like a frame perfect cancel or something. Like, okay, fine, it's difficult, but if it's fulfilling to pull off, if it's enjoyable to do, then I don't think that's a problem. The difficulty level is not as big a problem as how that difficulty is being tuned, and having to work around that in a way that I think is creative or that I think is fun means that even if something is hard, it is still enjoyable to try and get better at it because, well, you're having fun trying to figure out the route. Yeah, so feedback, not a video essay. I think it's just a hard balance of that because they wouldn't want the players to feel too powerful where they just end up being a speedrun clear versus strategy. But like, they already do. Like, the enemies here, they are lower level than outside. I mean, certainly, you already feel power. Like, with this Zhongfeng comp that I'm doing right now, you know, we're killing Tidewalker, and we're killing Effigy in like a single rotation. Like, they're not even like staggered. Right? If you're playing like Tidewalker on, if you're like trying to do like a regular Zhongfeng rotation on Umbral Monument, you try and like one-shot Tidewalker. You have to get the stagger to be able to do. You have to break the shield to get there, right? You have to do all the little mechanics. If anything, I feel stronger here in contingency contract with this team than I do outside of it in a way, because of all the. Oh damn! Couldn't touch that. Because of the lower level that the enemies have, right? You just take HP modifier 1 and things melt. So. You can. I don't think that should be a concern at all. It's like, oh, we don't want the player to feel powerful. Why is that something that they even worried about? Right? It should be okay. I want players to feel restricted. I want players to feel like they're working. They have to work around the game, and they have to learn how to problem solve the problem solve this challenge, this puzzle that I've put before them. Thinking, oh, I don't want a player to feel powerful. I think that's the trap right there. I think by doing that, you're kind of locking yourself into potentially creating a game mode that is just unfun. So I don't actually agree with that, to be honest. You're just bashing your head into high risk runs until you eventually get it, even though you've already got the answer in theory, just not impacted, just damage fat. That too. But okay, true. Okay, I did say that like the problem that I have is not like fundamental game, like the fundamental game mechanics or is contingency contract itself. But actually, I do stand corrected. There are problems with the game currently. Like, you know, you see my little teammates there. They're going ham on Tidewalker. Look at that. They're not giving up. They're going strong. But the problem is, like, the targeting system is all over the place. So let's and it's not just you, it's your AI targeting, then it's the enemy targeting as well. Alright, so let's say I'm here. And you can see this little guy went to me. They're actually stacking quite well at this point. But they can just like run out and attack somebody else, attack another operator. So you can see they're all attacking like the rock, and then Alish runs to the force wing, and then it runs back to like the little rock roller thingy, and having to work around the RNG of, you know, who is the enemy attacking, who is my AI teammate attacking, and it makes grouping be really frustrating. And like I'm biased to this though, because I like deterministic games. I like games where it's like I want to like speedrun Celeste kind of angle. I'm not a Celeste speedrunner, but like playing a game that's purely deterministic, that it's all about like kind of your execution, your skill, your routing. I think that is what I find is most fun, because, you know, it's, you know, that good old quote, you know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over expecting a different outcome. But that is literally what a lot of contingency contract runs ends up being, right? It's you do the same thing over and over while expecting a different outcome, because, oh, this time around that slime, this mudflow wasn't close enough to Arklight, so then Arklight came from a slightly different direction. So then that messed up the kill, and instead of standing around, it decided to attack me instead, or again attack me instead of any of my other teammates, and now everything kind of goes to hell. And I know a lot of people say, oh, but random is fun, but like I'd ask, do the people who say random is fun actually notice the randomness? Because let's say if you interrupt an enemy at like a specific time, that's gonna change the way that they function, right? If you have like if I have a fixed action queue, anything that you do to an enemy is going to change what the outcome of the match ends up being, or the outcome of the run. So for you to truly value random, it means that you have to be able to kind of pull something off perfectly, exactly the same way, every single time, and then still find that boring. And it feels to me like the people who are pulling things off perfectly every time don't find that boring, because they recognize how difficult it is to do. So I am definitely a roll random is not engaging. It is fun if you have like so honestly, even if it's like you're doing a fight for the first time, like let's say you're doing like a AAA game, right, and you have an enemy that will always go through the same like attacks in the same order, and then if you interrupt one, okay, then it cues the next skill or whatnot. If you're doing that fight for the first time, you don't notice it, because you may think it's random, even though it's fixed, even though it's like determined for you. You can't even tell the difference because it's the first time that you're doing it. And if you do it again, then you start kind of like learning the patterns, and then it starts kind of showing itself up. It raises its head like, oh, okay, so this isn't actually random, this is fixed. But with my speedrunner brain, that's a good thing. It's like, oh, okay, this is fixed. That means I can optimize around this. That means that I can bait the boss to do certain things at certain times, and create a route that that optimizes to work around that specific behavior. I think that's a lot funner than just being like, oh, the boss is going to do something, and that's it. It is a bit better if you like the standard AAA games, because a lot of the times if a boss does something, you have the ability to react to it. It's like, let's say, oh, Dark Souls, you're gonna get attacked. Okay, just parry. You can parry the boss, and you can get benefit from a parry. But in many of these gacha games, the way that things end up being is enemies do things, and they happen to you. There isn't much of an interaction. There isn't much that I can do. Like, okay, if an enemy, if like double ram decides to not stack, how do I react to that? How do I adapt to double rams not stacking? Like, I don't have a choice there. They just didn't. I can try and like maybe try and make some slight adjustments. Like, all right, I'll try and hold back my skills a little. Maybe they start stacking now, and then I'll use my skills and try to position myself better, which is how you can try and make the route slightly more consistent. Learning how to, minimize the RNG on rams is a big thing. But at the end of the day, it's still just pure luck. And because you have little agency with that lack of agency to me is frustrating. But again, I am very biased because I like deterministic games. Don't see this as like a rib on the game or the game mode itself. If you're wait, what am I doing? If you're the kind that likes like the random stuff, power to you. It's just I'm not that kind. Like for example here, are they stacking? They're kind of stacking. Look at that, great. The run's gonna be better. But look, now it's going to attack Alish. Why is it attacking Alish instead of attacking me? Even if you're gonna do random attacks, at least be consistent with the operators that you pick. But again, this is like a concern for like very, very high level speedrunning, high risk clear, stuff like that. Because most people, the vast majority of people, are not gonna care about any of this. Right? They log in, they play their game, they like doing the little rotations, they'll do like a risk 40 clear or something and feel content. And there isn't that much of a problem in those situations because RNG becomes a much smaller factor. But when you're like, you're doing like a tournament and now you have 10k on the line, suddenly these things can be very frustrating. Because if I'm in a fighting game tournament, it's like me versus the enemy player. Whereas in this contingency contract tournament, it's me versus the game. Am I fighting the player or am I fighting the game? What am I actually fighting? And realistically, it's like it's both. That's what it is. But it can very much feel like it's whether or not the game cooperates with you, as opposed to whether or not you're getting like a better clear or stuff like that. But of course, consistency is a big thing, right? There's a reason why Blue Jay is able to pull off like 53 clears consistently because he is that good, because he's managed to optimize it. So of course, there obviously is a lot of skill expression to this. Let's try this. This actually is working out alright. That is kind of what I wanted to do. I mean, I still got the reduction in Zhongfengyi damage, but I think it should be alright. Ah, whatever. Oh my god. Did I get hit stunned by something? No, I didn't. Alright, I think I'll just focus on Ram now. But this is actually this is not measurably faster than the other one. If anything, it's a little bit more awkward. Oh, are you... Whatever, I'll just ult. But yeah, this is not really being any faster.
A hush of thunder, a streak of rain.
Actually, if they make defenders gather aggro, that could be very interesting. Like, if you're running a defender, enemies are like guaranteed to attack you. That could be a way of making defenders be good. Because right now, defenders are really not very good in this game. Even in Contingency Contract, right? Because every time that you're running a defender, like sure, you get you're tankier, but it's better for me to just run Perlica on a tank build than it would be to run like a tanky character, simply because she offers more utility, simply because stuff like buffs and the like are gonna be better. So that could actually be a way of controlling for RNG in a way that buffs or elevates another class. That could be an interesting way of handling it, to be honest. The reactions to restart. Damn right, that is true. What about in MMOs? I think MMOs is really good. Like, I really enjoy Final Fantasy XIV, and I was talking about this on like the previous stream. I love Final Fantasy XIV because fights are mostly deterministic. Like, once you learn how like a Savage works or how an Ultimate works, the boss is going to he's going to do this attack here. He's going to do this tank buster here. He's going to do this mechanic there. Like, everything happens within a fixed, structured schedule. The boss has like a fight schedule that it always follows. Now, there is some variance. It can pick, this tank. We can pick like this DPS or this other DPS. It can pick, whatever. So you do have to adapt on the fly. But, if you're range DPS, it's like, the boss is going to pick the enemy that's further away from it. So you can kind of control that and coordinate with your teammates to try and force a mechanic to go onto you. And that's why I think MMO raids, or at least the good MMO raids, and I think Final Fantasy XIV has me up there. don't have many elements of random chance. And the ones that you do have random chance gives you plenty of time to adapt. It's like, okay guys, here is the big marker. You now have to do this mechanic. You have 5 seconds to get in your position or to start doing whatever it is that you need to do before the mechanic itself resolves. And the team now has to coordinate and work together because the mechanic happens, and now everybody's like, okay, now that we know that this mechanic was going to happen at this point, we just didn't know who was going to do what. But now that we have clarity on what's going to happen, we can adapt and adjust to it. So I think MMOs do this very well. I think MMO raids I love MMOs, to be honest. That's kind of where I got my start. Lost Ark, Closes, Blade and Soul, stuff like that. Final Fantasy 14. To be honest, I could go through all of like the ancient MMOs. Ragnarok Online was actually my start. Ragnarok Online is still the GOAT. Although Ragnarok Online raids are awful. The PvE there is awful. But yeah, love me some Ragnarok Online. So I think the good MMOs do raids well. But of course, good MMOs. The good raids. In many MMOs, there's aggro value and every skill have certain values. I mean, yeah. And to me, there's some sort of games that don't lend themselves out to the tournament format, like I can imagine a tournament for Monster Hunter, for example. Because there are, for example, Monster Hunter mods, which have like a fixed seed. So there are ways to like manipulate enemy behavior. You can have like fixed seed behavior. So if you have like, you do like a fixed seed on an enemy, and then you have to try and compete whoever can clear Greatsword faster. I think that would be pretty cool. It's a bit difficult because these games that are like very random, it's like you versus the AI. It's a bit problematic because, well, you are technically fighting against AI. You can't just do like a one match, right? It has to be, okay, how fast can you clear? Let's do like a speedrun tournament. But then how fast can you clear is going to be dependent on how much time, how many attempts can you get at it. So maybe the solution is like, okay, you have like a fight that ends in 2 minutes, and each player has 30 minutes to try and get the best time. So you don't get like, oh, you have like a week to try and get the best time. You have like 30 minutes, each player, they're both going to be running at the same time, and whoever gets the fastest clear within this 30 minutes wins. And then that encourages people to be a little bit more risky. You don't just have to play it safe all the time. You can see like the more innovative techs and things of that sort. So maybe that could be something that they may be able to pull off for the next Contingency contract, instead of being like, whoever has high scores, okay, who has the fastest clear, the highest score, and you get as many attempts as you want, but you have to do it within like 15 minutes. And you have to like stream all your attempts, and you happen simultaneously, because that could also eliminate the like team A, team B advantage, because as soon as the timer starts, it's like, okay, timer start, go, you have 15 minutes, and it's equal for everybody, so then you no longer have team A, team B advantage. So that could be one way that they would handle stuff like that, is you do speedruns, but with a fixed time limit, so that you can, RNG becomes a slightly lower factor. But then, of course, that would be more dependent on having supposedly more deterministic enemies. If you have a deterministic enemy where you know roughly what they're going to do, they're going to behave always the same way, and then it comes down to your execution on that stage, that's going to be a lot more interesting than, oh no, Rams didn't stack together for 15 minutes, so I lost it all. I think that may be the way forwards. But again, you need enemy RNG for that. I waited 10 years for Blade and Soul. I was so disappointed when it came out. Actually, I really like Blade and Soul PvP. I did not do any PvE, but I used to be like top warlock when it first released. I have like the red outfit and whatever from like the PvP rewards that you get. I've always been like a PvP enjoyer. I've never really been much of a PvE hero. I've always done PvPs. Like Closes was PvP stuff. Ragnarok Online was like War of Imperium PvP stuff. Even Final Fantasy 14 I did PvP, by the way. I have the one of the the season rewards, like the top 100 season rewards or whatever. I think it was like top 20 in one of those. So I even did like Final Fantasy 14 PvP. God awful, it was terrible. Do not PvP in Final Fantasy 14. It's horrible game to PvP in. So yeah, I've always been a PvP Andy. But then I started doing like gacha games for some reason. I started gacha games with Granblue, actually. Because of this whole PvP streak, I used to play Granblue Fantasy Versus, and that kind of got me into Granblue Fantasy, like actual Granblue Fantasy, the gacha. And that kind of initiated me into the gacha sphere. And I started playing Granblue. I was like, oh, no, gacha. I found mobile games were kind of stupid, but it turns out that, they can be somewhat entertaining. This is not that bad. And then Genshin came out. I was like, oh, okay, this feels like a AAA title, but it's, free AAA title, sort of like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild aesthetic, but the combat system is, you know, more actiony RPG. You know what? I enjoy this. I did end up quitting Genshin, so I didn't stick to it that much. But the seed was planted. The gacha seed was planted in my head, and then Zenless came out, and I was like, oh, you know, let's try this out. The combat seems interesting. I was like, oh my god, the combat is really good. The combat is amazing. And then the rest is history. I was like, oh, you know, I can kind of speedrun this. I can do like Shiv speedruns at the start. I can do like Deadly Assault score chasing. That's pretty fun. And now it's over. My life is over. You think you have disposable income until you stop playing a gacha, and it's like, oh no, I really want this character. Yeah, too bad. To be honest, I'm a whale, so I do this to myself. There's a reason I have a P5 Zhong Fengyi. Although it's technically it's all for tax purposes. It's all for tax purposes. Because I use all of my stuff for games. To be honest, I genuinely end up playing my accounts more for videos than I do for myself. Because videos can take so long to make, and I have to like spend so long like scripting and recording footage and like these guides, because they're so painstaking to do. I end up spending more time using like characters and labbing stuff for guys than actually playing the game for entertainment. I feel like I have very little time to play the game for myself. So at the very least, I can like expense my gacha income. I was like, well, if I'm gonna have to run, you know, get a P5 Fungi to prepare for the tournament, hey, making 10k, spend 1k to make 10k. You know what? That's fine. Agent revenue and customs would be okay with that. Well, ish. They're okay with that, but what's very frustrating is because of the currency conversions, because you know you get, you can spend in yen or you spend in pounds and then you earn in dollars and then you have to convert it to pounds, and the currency conversion is so awful. But I'm not gonna I refuse to pay an accountant to do it because it's not hard to do. It's just really frustrating to like work with all the different currencies. But this is like, I'm talking business now. I should be talking about the game. This is not what people are here for. It's not like a streamer trying to survive the cost of living crisis. That is not the discussion for the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ultimate. Did I do that too early? I didn't. Okay, good. Sometimes like that like slam is so slow. It is so like that I use Perlica Ultimate and I end up griefing myself many times as a result. Sorry, I was talking about Gramble. You can see I am. By the way, I am a happy neurodiverse individual, and you can definitely see my scatterbrain nature coming through right now. There's a reason why my videos are that long. That's because I you know, one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, and just keeps on going, man. I don't know. Imagine running out of topics to talk about. It could not be me. Literally couldn't be me. Always something to talk about. But yeah, I used to play Granblue Fantasy Versus, but I have not played the new one that came out, Rising. So I don't have Rising. I was kind of excited for it, to be honest, because God, what's the name? Galleon. When they announced Galleon, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Galleon's one of my favorite characters in like regular Granblue. I was like, oh wait, I get to play Galleon, and it's just like it's like a mage grappler. Yo, let's go. This looks cool as fuck. But then I ended up just getting caught up with the busy content stuff. Like I said, it does take a lot of time because I do still work like a full-time job. I am still a wage slave. Oh, that's unfortunate. I used Perlica Final Strike too early. So this could have been like a way faster clear, but I messed up. But you can see I'm getting more consistent. I'm being able to talk about random stuff and still clear 53 now, because I'm getting a little bit more practice. But in so when 1 PP was insanely good, it really was. But yeah, I was, by the time Granblue Galleon was happening, I was already kind of started to do other stuff, and then I just didn't have the time. Like technically, I should be playing Granblue Relink then now. Everybody's playing Relink. Like you saw Meiji on the semifinals. It was like, all right, match is done, time for Relink. everybody's doing relink. Like even the like the Zenless guys that I know of, it's like everybody's like just playing relink at the moment. So I should technically be playing relink right now, but because of this whole tournament thing, I was like just practicing for it, and I still have to do because Arcane is coming out so soon. Like they give you no time. I still have to prepare like an Arcane guide. I still haven't finished the Norma guide. I might actually just skip the Norma guide at this point. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I'll be able to do Norma. Because I have all the footage, I have the script, everything is ready. I can literally do Norma stuff right now. But it's gonna take like at least 2 to 3 days for me to edit that. And with, you know, Arcane coming soon, I'm gonna have to focus on Arcane first. And it's gonna be 3.1 Zenless. It's gonna be Remiel. It's gonna be Sigrid. The grind never stops. I don't know how these, like, the actual gacha companies themselves, I don't know how they do it. Like, their devs, like, they must either have, like, gigantic teams, or their devs just do not sleep, because a 3-week new character, like, new content schedule is ridiculously aggressive. And even if I expense my my whaling, it is still not enough to fund my life, so I still have to, can't give up my main job, still have to have my 9 to 6 taken up. You're doing relink right now while watching the stream? Yeah, I should be doing relink right now, man. What am I doing? Why am I grinding 53 at all? Like, the tournament is over, I don't even have to do this. It's just like some autistic obsession that I have. I was like, oh, okay, I know I can do 53. I want to get this consistent. I want to prove that I can do 53 consistently. That happened, not yesterday, the day before too, where I was like, oh wait, I can clear 53 on my account, I know this is doable, and then I just kept doing it over and over and over and over. It ended up being very productive as well, because by having to deal with the higher HP on 53, it made clear a lot of positions, a lot of places that I could optimize the 52 on. So it actually helped me get more consistent clears, or faster clears. What did he do? Did crisscrossing? Because they're targeting different operators, please. But yeah, busy life things. Oh, what am I doing? I'll read comments after I am done with this, because this is actually going quite well. Is he gonna move out? Ultimate, did I do that too early again? Almost too early. Almost too early, but it was fine. It was fine. You know, I think I'm just gonna go for that was really good. That was actually pretty solid. Look at that. And now I can still get the on this one. That was amazing. That's what I want to be doing. If I can do that consistently, it would be the way to get fast 53s. Okay, do another one. Now all I need to do is just build SP and prepare my crowd stacks. But we're pretty far ahead. I think this may be on course for a 4 minute 20 or less. Okay, shut down the next one. I'm going into it with 2 stacks, which is actually good with this routing that I'm doing right now. I can do... So I'm gonna break myself out of freeze with the next set. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna get a final strike, and then that means Zhong Fengyi bursts. There we go, look at that, that was beautiful. That was very well executed. This was how fast is that? Was that 430? 420, yeah, there we go. So like that's the kind of speed that I wanted to get the 53 clears on. Rounds were relatively cooperative. They weren't like awful, but they weren't amazing either. Yeah, this is the kind of time I wanted to pull off. Yeah. Let's see, what was it? Since Endfield and NT have officially revealed that they make more revenue on PC and console than mobile, do you think future gacha games will stop making mobile ports? Absolutely not. I think we live in an age of accessibility. If something is accessible, you are more likely to do it. Just by having a game be created on mobile, like let's be honest. Is Zenless Zone Zero a mobile first game? Absolutely not. It's so much easier, so much better to play that game on PC than it is on mobile. It feels like trying to play that game on mobile is like some kind of, you need to have like a masochistic streak to do it. Some people like Faye do it, and I don't know how the hell he manages to do like sick clears on mobile. It's some god gamer type stuff. But we already kind of have the games not be amazing for mobile. Like they are, it feels like they are building the game with like PC and console in mind first, but trying to make it in such a way that it can be mobile accessible. I think that's the direction that a lot of these games are taking, because that's how you make a lot of money. That's the more dedicated players are going to be playing your game on PC. They're going to be playing your game on console. They're going to be playing your game on the platform that feels best to do that. So gimping your game just so that it can be, you know, like super mobile friendly, which, you know, they do their best to keep it mobile friendly, but I think it's going to be like a PC console first, but you still need to keep it accessible to mobile, because a significant portion of your like your free to players or like your low spenders, they're going to come from mobile. And it's not just, you know, how much revenue you make on the game, but how big is the game? How much reach does the game have? How popular is the game? How much is this game being talked about? Is in the public consciousness? How likely do you think this game will continue to keep getting updates and keep getting, you know, these the live service scenario where, you know, it's going to go for 10, 20, 30 years? How long is this game going to keep going? And expanding that audience to mobile, which is a lot more accessible, which is going to have a lot more players, even if it doesn't make as big a revenue, is practically mandatory, right? The only reason why these games are as popular as they are to begin with is because they aren't PC-only games. Imagine if you had like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink on mobile. It'd be way more popular. Way more popular. And suddenly, just having that alone, even if you're making more revenue, in terms of like the gacha, because it's like the whales are actually spending on the game rather than buying the game itself, even if that's coming mostly from PC and console, just having that presence makes a very big difference, I think. At some point, it's not worth maintaining mobile port for a platform that makes the least money, but like they're still gonna make like bucket loads of money. I mean, you see the Sensor Tower reports, right? They're still making, you know, oh, you know, we just made a casual $30 million this month. Only $30 million. It's like you extrapolate over the course of like a year, and you know, you're doing what, $360 million a year just on mobile? Like, come on, man, come on. Exactly, you're tripping around to do dailies, and that's the big thing. A lot of these games, I don't like this, by the way. I don't like this when it happens on MMOs. I don't like it when it happens on gachas. I don't like it when it happens on any game. But they have this like, you need to log in daily and you need to do your things every day, because if you keep logging in the game every day, you build a habit, and because you build that habit, you're more likely to continue playing the game. You're more likely, it's like sunk cost fallacy. Look at all the time that I've spent onto this game. I have to keep playing. And mobile, as Jetta said, like makes it so much easier for that habit to form. It's like, oh, I really can't be arsed. I'm like on bed. It's like 11 p.m. I'm about to go to sleep, but I haven't done my dailies. I have to get up, turn my PC on, sit down. I'm not gonna do that. Or I can just reach out for my phone, turn it on, press a few buttons, or kind of like brain AFKing. Can literally just like lie down on my bed, eyes closed, just do my dailies, literally without even looking at the mobile, and there we go, got the dailies done. And you know, keeps you playing, keeps you doing stuff. So, oh, thanks for the congrats. But yeah, it was great. Can't believe we actually won the tournament. But yeah, I will. Especially the ship's bottleneck, we won't really be getting improvements on gaming hardware. I'm kind of concerned about that, to be honest, because I have a 30. Okay, I've said this before, right? But I have an ultra wide. And like Alienware is recently releasing a new like 5K 2K monitor, like an ultra wide 5K 2K, and I really want like a 5K 2K 21:9 ultra wide OLED monitor. But for you to be able to play a game at that kind of resolution, you need a beast of a GPU. You need like a 5090 or something, and my humble 3080 Ti is not quite there yet. It is not it is not going to be able to stay in a 5K 2K. So I've been wanting, you know, okay, do I get a 5090? Not for now, 5090. Nah, I'll wait for the next generation. But at this point, it's like, is the next generation even going to be that much of an improvement? It's not going to be AI stuff, AI this, AI that. It feels like everything's so reaching the limits of how good they can make in terms of performance. And games too. Like, you look at games from 5 years ago and you look at games from now, and they don't even look all that different. It's all about the optimization, I think. Although, to be honest, Endfield is very optimized. I am genuinely surprised that Endfield had, like, people having crashing issues, or not even just crashing issues, but like stutter issues with the game on the tournament, because this game is really, really well optimized. Even the habit, how can you avoid burnout or quit? To be honest, it happens to a lot of people. You shouldn't be asking, how can you avoid burnout or quit? If you don't like the game, if you're burnt out, then just chill, just take it easy, just take a break. Fine. I've missed many days of login. Many days. I used to be like, oh my god, I have to log in every day. I have to log in every day. Oh, if I didn't log in, I logged in Genshin every single day, and then the day that I didn't log in and I didn't do my dailies was the day that I quit. I was like, you know what? I missed the day. It's over. The FOMO is too much. The God knows how little stamina I've missed. That's it. I can no longer play this game. But now I know you kind of doesn't have to be like that. If you take a break, it's fine. Whatever. The only thing that you're missing is pool currency, really. And if you think about it, because new characters are always kind of better than the previous ones. If you come in late, whatever character you're going to be rolling for, whatever character's on banner is probably going to be better than all the characters that came before. So, what are you even missing? The only question is, like, if you're full free to play, well, you may then need to swipe because you're not going to be sitting on plenty of. Hold on. Daily reset hasn't happened yet. But yeah, the only problem with quitting is that it's more expensive. But time is money, right? So if you think about it, the amount of time that you spend doing dailies every day, if you converted that into, just taking overtime and earning more, what would be more efficient? The equivalent of picking up pennies in the street to get like a 50 Ouroboros a day or something? Or are you just, you know what, whatever, put me up for the overtime this Saturday. I'll make up for that. Endfield Mobile is actually insane. It's stable out of the box. To be honest, that is true. If I try to play Zenless on mobile, it is super stuttery. And I have a Galaxy S23 FE. So it is the FE version. It isn't like the proper one. But I was expecting, look, it's an S23, right? Certainly should be able to play like these gacha games, even like a reasonable frame rate. And Zenless just it shits the bed. It cannot run on this phone at all. It's awful to play. But Endfield, it's buttery smooth. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it. You're not having a game, final game anymore. It's a chore, exactly. So don't bother. Like I haven't even been doing, like, most days I don't even do my depot runs. Like you can see, I already technically did my dailies today, and I don't think I did my depot runs. I didn't do my depot runs. Great, so we can do them now. Because I couldn't be asked to do them. So, you know what, oh, maybe I'm missing this, maybe I'm missing that, whatever, it doesn't really matter. In the grand scheme of things, it's all fine. The point of the game is to actually have fun, so enjoy yourself. So if you're not enjoying yourself, it doesn't matter. I wish there was a gacha that only has weeklies, agreed. That is one of the things that I really liked about Final Fantasy XIV. Because, like, technically you do have dailies, but realistically, it's weekly, right? Your currency, the currency that you have to earn, is weekly capped, it's not daily capped. So I wish more games would take the weekly approach. Endfield is actually quite generous with the stamina stuff that they have, where you can go like way above 24 hours, and you get the carryover on the what'd you call, on this thing, not this thing, this thing. You get carryover on this, even if you mess one up. So really, all that you're missing is what is it? Your stock bills, if you miss a day. So Endfield is actually quite forgiving with it. Stock bills aside, you're fine. But I would much prefer it be weekly. You know, the same phone shit is ass in today's age. When was this released? It wasn't that long ago, right? Hold on, Galaxy S23 FE release date. I paid big money for this. Oh, big money, as big as it is for an FE. 2023. Okay, it's like 3 years old. It's only 3 years old, man. Only 3 years old. It's pretty funny because when the S23 came out, when it released, they were doing a promotion where you can trade in any Samsung phone for like up to 100 pounds off your S23 FE. And I was like, okay, surely they're gonna do something like if you trade in like a more recent phone, like a more modern phone, you're gonna get a higher discount. So I wonder if I trade in like my really old Samsung phone, am I gonna get like a £10 discount, a £20 discount? Should I even buy this phone? Because I was undecided. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to buy the phone. I just wanted like a new cheap phone because I was using like an EE Rook, which is like it's like a £40 phone. It's the phone costs less than like a takeout effectively. You can go to like a Japanese restaurant and spend more money there than you would on the phone that I had been using for like a good 6 or 7 years or something. It was the EE Rook. That was my phone, and I was like, okay, it's about time that I upgrade because this thing is ancient. And they had this promotion, it's a £100 off promotion. But as it turns out, it seems like the website was bugged because you could hand in any Samsung phone so long as the phone turned on. Wait, what am I doing? So long as the phone turned on, if you could hand in a Samsung phone, you would get the full £100 off. So I had like one of those like really old like flip phones from like 2005, 2006, like one of the super old phones that I had, like from back in Brazil. It wasn't even like from before I even moved to the UK. It's like it's an ancient phone. And I was like, wait, hold on, I can trade this phone in, and I can get £100 off, right? And that's what I did. And surprisingly enough, they accepted it. I got £100 off by trading in a 2005, 2006 phone. And got the full discount. They changed that after. When I checked it, like literally 2 weeks after my phone arrived, I checked the website, and it was adjusted to the actual model. They were no longer doing the guaranteed £100 off, so I got off lucky. It was the only reason why I decided to buy the phone, because it was way cheaper than it normally would have been. Let's see. I've relegated my depot run to be sending out the first one. I send out both. If I have time, like now, you know, like I'm just chilling, then I will do the runs, because I would very much like more stock builds. At the same time, I also haven't updated my factory, but I'm just gonna wait for the next version to update it. Honestly, I think I might be signing off after these depot runs, because I did wake up very early for this. Wake up at like 6 AM. So I think once I'm done with these depot runs, because like the dailies haven't even refreshed at this point, so I can't even do them. So I'll do one more depot run. We've got some nice 53 clears. And I've got the 53 clear on my own account too, by the way. I've got the scuffed one with my no Rossi sig that I pulled off the day before yesterday. What was I doing? Depot. So yeah, I think I'll get some food, and it's also really hot right now. It's getting to close to 30 degrees in this room. I'll get my fan, get some snacks, maybe take a nap, and then work never ends because I'm gonna have to start doing stuff for the Arcane Guide. I'm gonna close stream. I'm gonna start doing Arcane Guide. It's work. Never ends. Who knows? Maybe one day. If they have these kind of tournaments more often, and I can make we can get the 10Ks more frequently, who knows? Maybe I won't have to be an IT consultant for much longer. Right, did I submit for the Endfield tournament? I submitted a 45 clear, so they're all week 1 clears because we didn't have week 2, and it was just a 45 clear with the combust team. I have a video. If you check my channel, if you just check my, it was the guide. It was the 45 guide clear that I did. That's the one that I submitted. And then Blue Jay submitted a 46. So Blue Jay had like the high clear, and then I had the 45 with the explanation. S23 Ultra, I'm able to play at 6 FPS, but heats up in 10 minutes when you do endgame. To be honest, it does heat up, but even with my FE, the game runs fine. Endfield at least. Zenless shits the bed. Your sleep schedule is already overrun from Relink. My sleep schedule is actually getting better. This tournament has made my sleep schedule be better because I'm having to wake up early, right? I'm waking up at like 6, waking up at 7. Normally, because I do work remote most of the time, I get to just wake up at 2 minutes before my meeting. It's like, alright, stand up is at 9? Okay, I'll wake up at 8:58. Just roll out of bed, turn on the PC, and alright guys, yeah, this is my update for yesterday. This is what I did. Consent object is ready. I'm going to be moving that to test. I'll be picking up the GDPR automation amendments. Just do that while half asleep. So I've actually been having to wake up at a reasonable time. Instead of going to sleep at like 3 a.m. And if I could pick an ideal time to go to sleep, it'd be 3 a.m. But alas, I have to work in normal human time. But yeah, okay. I think that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna go grab a fan, grab some snacks, nap, and an arcane guide. Hopefully I can get it off in time. Alright, that's it guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you later.